Hey everyone, welcome to our Thursday Mothership game. This is our Mothership game. Eventually, we're gonna hope to try to get it first and third Thursdays of the months to get through this thing. This isn't a permanent, like we're not doing Mothership for forever. We're doing it until we finish a scenario. This is just a little bit of a taste of trying out a different RPG system. But yeah, we're back. We are going to go around the table and just kind of revisualize what our characters look like for the players and for our audience members as well. So we will just go around the table. Feel free to volunteer whenever you want, and just flip beeping.
Flip beeping. Kind of tall, like I don't know, average height, but he's trying to grow a beard, but it's more like pubes growing in. he on his beard, he can't quite get anything. He has glasses. His lab coat, which you can't see now, but it's always like tucked into his pants. And he's just, well, he's not happy to be here. He's very scared, but he's looking worse for wear. Like he's been crying a little bit, and like he's kind of nervous. So.
Yes, sir.
He clutches at his chest sometimes because it hurts.
Because it hurts.
All right, who wants to go next?
Oh, I'll go. Tate is about average height for a woman. I don't know what an average height is because I'm small. But she's about average height. She has kind of like a long mid-length hair right here. I don't know what the hairstyle is called.
Kind of like a bob.
It's not a bob. I know my bobs.
It's not a bob.
Whoa, my bad.
You?
Oh, calm down.
But it's about, I guess, my hair length, honestly. Actually, probably a little shorter. Auburn-ish hair. She's got some bangs going on. She's got, right now her eyes are probably just like a blue color. But they change occasionally depending on who she's talking to. Whatever seems to make them more comfortable. She has a pretty plain face. Something like nice enough to make people talk to her. You can see certain bits and pieces of technology maybe infused into her skin. That you wouldn't see on a person, but maybe like little inputs where you can put like a cord in, I don't know. And she has a really cool patch that says, "I'm not a rocket scientist, but you are an idiot." My favorite thing she has. And then a little pendant that has two astronauts that form a skull, and that's Tate.
Hell yeah, very nice. Who wants to go next?
As we've established, Ambrose is Chris Farley, more specifically Chris Farley as the bus driver from Billy Madison.
That's the worst.
He's in addition to all the other gear that everybody else has, he's got a harpoon gun that he's very fond of, and he's got a gray lab rat that he calls Pangea, and he's wound pretty tight.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
That's Ambrose, and he's like the staff archaeologist, and he's looking for stuff about ancient alien civilizations.
Hell yes.
All right, my character is Captain Admiral Johnson, dishonorably discharged from United States Army. He's got like blue hair that comes back in a ponytail, but it's kind of undercut, shaved on the sides, and a matching blue beard. It's like probably like 6'4". He's a pretty tall dude. Very disgruntled about everything about the army. And as we found out last episode, he hates Tesla. He has a dog named Pork Chop. It's like a black mastiff. And yeah, slung over one shoulder is a combat shotgun. Slung over the other is a... And then underneath the hazmats, he's got army fatigues on. It's fuck Tesla on the back.
Yes, sir.
And then yeah, he's got a powdered xenomorph horn for a trinket and a red shirt logo for a patch.
Hell, yes, he does. Last but not least, it's Tobe.
Tobe, Time Observation Bot, aka Tobe, is an android who has been observing molecules in a long-running physics experiment for about 1,200 years. He is the blandest, skinny, middle-aged white dude imaginable. He looks like your elderly neighbor mowing the lawn, but he isn't. Perhaps one might say, if a hobbyist were to draw a picture of him, they would use an image of Oppenheimer as a reference, not Cillian Murphy, actually the guy Oppenheimer. In one pocket is a frag grenade, and the other is a pamphlet that says Zen and the Art of Cargo Arrangement.
Hell, yeah. These are our characters. These are our
Heroes.
Our heroes. Our sacrifices are our main characters for this season of Mothership. And with that, I think we're ready to get into a little bit of a long recap, a little bit of a kind of a bring us back into the mood. But first, we have a sponsor segment that isn't real, but it's going to be real tonight. We have been sponsored by ChronoSync Watch, the device that doesn't just tell time, it manages it. Imagine a world where you could rewind a missed opportunity, fast forward through a tedious meeting, or pause a perfect moment to savor in it forever. The ChronoSync Watch uses quantum entanglement technology to manipulate temporal fields, giving you unprecedented control over your personal timeline. Its sleek, bio-adaptive design ensures a comfortable fit, while the intuitive holographic interface allows for a seamless navigation through your day. But that's not all the ChronoSync Watch offers. It also features a built-in paradox prevention system, ensuring that your temporal manipulations won't unravel the fabrics of reality. Pre-order yours today and experience the future of time management. The ad cuts out as we zoom in on a old CRTV TV that turns on. See the cathode tube just turn on as our camera zooms into it to a paused screen, kind of that distorted VCR effect where you can see like the image is kind of distorted from like the pause or from like rewinding. It's got that distorted effect around it. And a little bit of green analog text begins to type on our screen. It says, a timeline of events up until now. 10 years ago, the company Tesla detected signs of biochemistry on SAMSA 6 and decided to send a team to investigate it. Another blurb. 1 year ago, a skeleton crew of researchers, engineers, and Marines arrived on SAMSA 6 to establish Greta Base and the Heron Trent's terraforming station, where they discovered a species of arthropods, labeled them as carcinids or carcs, and proceeded to terminate them on site. 9 months ago, the colonists captured a carc larva for experimentation and study. Another blurb. 6 months ago, Greta Base ceased all communications. 3 months ago, the company hired our crew of characters here to address the situation. Each of them coming from maybe the need for money, or some of them being sent here by their higher-ups, or, you know, sponsors. 6 weeks ago, our crew entered SAMSA 6 system, the solar system that this planet resides in, and they found that Greta Base was unresponsive to hailing. 1 hour ago, our crew dropship touched down on the planet of SAMSA 6. Torrential rain pours down on this planet like Judgment Day, while the colony sits silent as a prayer. We see quick moments from our previous episode of the crew walking up to this dark, modular building. We see our characters hack into the building and enter and find themselves inside of an airlock system where they see signs of misfortune. they come into a commissary where a birthday party seems to have gone wrong. Where poor Flip Beepin had his first heart attack at such a young age, scared by a headless head. A headless head, a head. We then see our characters going through the pantry where Tate found a very shriveled up body that was still alive. She came to give the crew information and give them to our MREs, where when they all went back, they found the body was missing, pulled through the vents by some unknown alien body or entity. We see our party go to the freezer, find a frozen Kark larva, and kill it, and also find a tumbler of hydrochloric acid. A series of thumping from the western portion of this Greta base seems to loom at the back of y'all's minds as you feel unnerved every time you hear the boom, 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 the thud that gets louder and louder as you navigate through this base. We find them in the med bay, half of them in the observation lab, the other half in the analysis lab, where information was divulged about something called the Crab Slider. Crab Slider, the new burger at Burger King. The Crab Slider, or the Crab Song. A shriek used by the Carsonids to replicate or reproduce. The screen begins to kind of unfolds a little bit, and then it pauses once more and a little warning comes up. And since tonight's episode may contain the following traumatic experiences, viewer discretion advised. Those that are afraid of arachnophobia, please be considerate when watching our program. There are elements of body horror and mind control and other forms of violence that may traumatize our watchers. But most importantly, enjoy the show. The screen unfreezes as we find our characters in the med bay, staring at what appears to be an appendage of an alien life form. Some items that look to be stuck together with some sort of goo or some sort of slime or some sort of liquid adhesive that holds several items together. We see Captain Admiral Johnson, Flip Beepin, and Ambrose looking at this pile of slime and this supposed limb, while Tobe and Tate are in the analysis lab reading entries related to Dr. Edmund's discovery of the Crab Slider. And we turn it over to our party members.
Flip.
Yeah.
Why don't you just hang back and I'll kind of check through there. We don't want you having another heart attack, right? Maybe give yourself some time before you do anything too brave.
You know what? I think yeah. I'll just sit down. And he just like wraps his arms around his legs while he's sitting. That sounds like a good idea.
Jacob, if I look around, is there any type of surgical implement that's like a blade or something long, like a pole that I can kind of like poke at this?
Yeah, there are discarded tools all over the floor, scalpels and stuff of surgical degree.
Yeah.
So yes.
Anything a little longer. If there's something like a foot or too long, I'd probably use something like
there's
that.
There's like an IV pole
that's
empty. Then you can use that.
Yeah, I'll pick that up and just it's whatever part is closest to me, just kind of like poke at it, sever it, I guess.
Poke at what?
You said there's like a mass of stuff that's like held together with some type of like
there's like a big
or...
old ball of yeah. So you poke at it, and the as you poke at it, you hear that wet squishing sound as the pole sinks into it and pulls free, and you see that some of the items still held together, kind of slouch and slack with the new foreign insertion of an outside tool as it begins to slowly fall apart. It's still held together, but you see that it does have some give, and it can be kind of pulled apart.
Can I like just samurai sword, like from up above me, just kind of slice through it?
Yeah, slice through it. It just falls apart. Everything inside of it just spills out onto the ground, all around the floor. Close in relation to this newly, freed items from goo, is that limb, this like long spider-like, crab-like appendage It's more so just think of like a 4 foot long. Think of like a small crab leg, like this little leg on the side. It's like that. It's black and it's black and very porous. It looks like a porous rock, but there's still tendrils and muscles beneath it. It's kind of this weird, like, this just weird alien design that's kind of foreign to you.
Can I, like, with that pole, just kind of lift up the tip of it and just kind of, like, scoot it away from me?
Yeah. You go to lift up the tip and just starts flapping, flailing around as some sort of muscle memory triggers it. But thankfully, you have a pole, and you're not close enough as this. You see the end of it is sharp as like a scythe as it's just whipping around back and forth. And after maybe 5 seconds or so, it just goes limp. The muscle memory within it no longer active as you did not take damage as you were far away poking
Sweet.
it, thankfully.
Alright, so what are the items in front that's spilled out?
Yeah. So what you see here is some stuff. There is what appears to be some sort of lead container, very familiar to the one you found in the freezer. It looks very much similar. It even says hydrochloric acid on the side of it. There is a small briefcase size box that's closed. The box on the outside says refrigerant inside. It says refrigerant inside. You can't really make out what else is in. You have to open the actual briefcase to see what's inside of the actual briefcase itself. But it does say that there is refrigerant inside of that case. There is what appears to be 4 or 5 broken test tube vials that have liquid that just kind of seeps out of them. It was labeled stem cell cartridges. But they've all been broken. Except for one. There is one that's still partially intact. It's kind of been held together by the goo. So there's one stem cell cartridge that is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, there's not much else in that sack of that gooey pile. Other things that I did not mention last session was there's also in this room, besides the miscellaneous surgical tools and whatnots, there is what appears to be a Litkovich med pod, the 1080A series. It appears to be broken. You guys are all familiar with this, as you are, very much established in this world. This is a med pod that, if it was fixed or if it was restored, this one may or may not be restored. It can heal 1 wound per week if you sleep in the pod. It's kind of like a cryo repair chamber. And there's also in this room is a Sato T3 bioprinter, which is also broken. And it has the ability, which you all know, to print synthetic biological material. Most of the times, the stem cell cartridges are used for that printer itself.
So we could make something.
Yeah, I'll just
if we fix it.
All that to Ambrose and Flip, let them know there.
Oh.
I'll pick up. Well, actually, I'll try to pick up that vial, without it breaking.
Yeah, easily enough. You
Okay.
see that it's kind of structurally not fit for rough handling, and you are able to easily just pick it up.
Okay, and then I will.
Do you want to try and see what's in the refrigerant box?
Yeah, that's I'm gonna bring them over. Or unless you're like right beside me, I would bring them away from that pile. But yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a briefcase with some refrigerant in it, and like maybe some more hydrochloric acid, but I guess we can kind of check them both out. Yeah. So I'll bring that away from the pile, just onto like some kind of table, probably like an operating table or something in there. Crack it open, I guess.
Yeah, you hear the hiss of the refrigerant leaking out of this briefcase as it swings open. The inside of this has some sort of weird styrofoam that's been manufactured, some sort of synthetic styrofoam that kind of holds whatever precious cargo is in here. And as a fog and smoke kind of clears away from this case, you see what appear to be 4 perfectly preserved carc larvae.
Close it.
Yeah.
And there is, and as the smoke kind of, the fog or the condensation kind of disperses, you see like a red alarm inside the light. The LED just starts blinking. It turns to smoky, like this red smoky haze is blinking through as you see this revelation. And you get the sense that the refrigerant, since it's been opened, the case is starting to defrost, but it can be
Yeah, I would close it very
closed
quickly.
Yeah. and you see that the little red LED. There's one on the inside, one on the outside. The red LED turns green.
Okay. Yeah, and I say, oh, larva.
Holy
Yeah,
shit. We should keep that, right?
I think so. I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
maybe it's some type of like bargaining chip with the monsters or something. You know, give them their larva and they give us something. I don't know. I don't know how smart
I
they
don't
are.
know if they can bargain.
Yeah, I don't know.
You never know.
Okay. Are we gonna try to fix the printer?
I mean, if you think you can, we can take a look at it for sure.
I don't know if I'm like a software kind of guy. Like I don't know about I'm not a very hardware type guy. Maybe one of the
Androids.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Android
didn't want to say that. I didn't want to. Maybe
They know-
Tobe or
They know
Tate.
what they are.
Wow.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Actually, I do have a cybernetic diagnostic scanner that can tell me what their mental state is, and what's wrong with them.
Wait,
So-
that only works on us? Really?
Yeah.
Are we
Sick.
called androids in this?
Yeah.
Android synthetics. I mean,
Okay,
any.
okay.
I would say any kind of sci-fi verbiage for androids can be appropriated for this. It's
Okay.
not. Yeah, there's slang terms for everything.
That was more for my knowledge. I was trying to describe what I was to someone
Mhm.
at work, and I couldn't figure it out.
That's
You lost
robot.
So you,
Laura.
you could say you're RoboCop.
Yeah.
I said I was like a robot,
Cruise.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll let them know and see if they can't do something about it. But I don't know that there's much else in here other than if we want to try to fix those. Yeah.
Well, probably not the sitting it a week and then heal. I don't know if that's. I don't want to be here that long.
That's true. Good to know. It's here though, I suppose. I don't know. You said it was broken, like there's
It
no
looks
one.
like it's
There's no
been
one in it, right?
No. So yeah, just for a better description, it looks like that maybe something was inside of it, or something was being made at one point before it broke out and just started thrashing about. You actually would be smart enough to know that maybe, in some weird way, that this appendage was synthetically made or preserved inside of this med pod, and with the help of the printer to kind of. That's why as you kind of look back at it, you see you kind of think that the porous. It's kind of like think of like ink running low.
Yeah.
It looks like that. Very much looks like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, probably just the printer if we think we'll something like that. But yeah, let's go see what the other two are up to and report back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we cut over as they are kind of discussing this while they are discussing what to do, what to bring up to our android friends. What are the androids talking about? What are you guys doing in this little analysis lab? Remember, it's got a bunch of terminals with like old CRTV monitors and all that.
Can I, as an android, try to access and read the hard drives on these computers?
Yeah, for sure. It would take some time, obviously. You might even need to get the help from Flip Beepin. Flip Beepin seems to be the guy that's been able to like hack stuff to kind of redivert some more power to these systems to reactivate some hard drives that may or may not be shut down. But you could definitely do that. It might take you an hour, 2 hours,
Cool.
depending on how fast you want to go.
I will point out to Tate the important parts of the logbooks and the paperwork, which I had seen earlier. And then I'm gonna gesture to the computers, and I'm gonna start pulling out all of my adapter cables. I just like open my front chest panel, and just like a few hundred like adapter cables fall out. There's like a VGA in there. Anyway, I start sorting through them, and I'm gonna spend like 15 minutes doing this while I find the right one to connect to the hard drive.
That is a fucking nightmare, and I think I don't know if this would be funny or not, but I think Tate, if you saw that, you might want to make. I think you would make a sanity save or something, seeing this outdated Android in front of you with all these old VGA cables and all that. I'll let you make that decision, but I think that sounds so funny in my mind. But you don't have to do it. You don't have to do that. But you see how outdated Tobe is whenever he starts doing this. You're like, Jesus. Yeah, you definitely start doing that.
Would you like any help.
Yes, actually, could you hold this one for me? He hands you an HDMI. I think it is tangled in the others. He starts just like unwrapping them.
I'm gonna help
Yep.
untangle his.
Yeah. So you guys are doing that, and the other three amigos, you guys walk in on the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life. As these two androids, you see Toba's getting untangled by Tate, and you're just seeing this happen. You don't know if you should be seeing this or not, but you definitely see it now as you come around the corner.
Yeah, I just imagine like cords just like all
Yeah.
over me because I'm trying to.
Everybody comes down like, this is not what it looks like.
And I'm just like, wait, what does it look like?
I'm honestly not sure what it's supposed to look like, so I'll take your word for it.
It should. We're looking for a cord.
Oh, all right.
Where's that cord go?
It's exactly what it looks like.
Into the hard drives.
Oh. Okay. You guys ever hook up to each other?
That is an inappropriate question.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to learn.
Hmm.
Okay, my bad.
I have not.
I will
Okay.
not answer.
I didn't know that was culturally wrong. My bad.
Tobe doesn't kiss and tell.
Uh-uh.
So
I'm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to access these computers. Could you help at all?
yeah. I'm a computer guy. Don't worry. Yeah, I got you.
I too am a computer guy.
Like quite literally. Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking great. Yeah, so that's the plan of action. You guys can start doing that just as like a background thing. You guys can still discuss everything if you want. I mean, this could even be taken as we can even say this is even kind of a short rest if you guys really want to. We can kind of do the short rest mechanics real quick since you guys seem to be your Flip is divert power, Tobe is hack. He's hard drive swapping, and then the two amigos, the two men probably are just kind of. You guys are probably just chilling, and you're probably offering advice or help as well. So let's do a little short rest real quick. Let me go find the short rest thing in the book.
I imagine they also kind of like briefly explain what we found.
Yeah.
While we're short resting.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it in the book.
Don't mention the briefcase with Kark larva in it. What's in there? Oh, just our enemies.
Just started.
Oh, actually, hold on 1 second. So there's short-term recovery. That's one thing. But is there another stress reduce mechanic? I thought there was a stress reduce. Because a short-term recovery can only be done once a day, and it's after you rest for like 6 hours. You make a body save, and if you're successful, you reset your health to its maximum. So that really wouldn't apply for you guys. But I want to say there was a stress reduction mechanic in here somewhere.
I need that.
I need that.
If someone else finds it before me, or if anyone's looking.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I was looking.
Let's see. Sun's panic.
Oh, here we go. You can relieve stress by resting in a relatively safe place. To do this, you make a rest save using your worst save. If you succeed, you reduce your stress by the ones digit rolled on the 100 die. If rolled. So yeah, so if you failed this, obviously you gain 1 stress. So there's a little bit of a risk and reward situation on this.
Wow.
Yeah, every roll in here, every failure is a stress add-on. So you have a chance. If you don't want to do this, we don't have to do that yet. But this would be an ideal time to kind of take a short rest as you guys are doing this, kind of like in the background.
Odds
You
of me
can-
succeeding on a rest save are so low, it's not worth it.
Yeah, you gotta do it with your worst save.
You can get
Wait,
advantage if you have
so-
sex, though.
I have disadvantage already, so just.
Oh, okay.
He's Flip beeping fuck.
Wait. So
I wouldn't be able to get it up
theory,
anyways.
in
I'd be
theory,
embarrassed.
Tobe and I can just connect, and would that be
Oh, for like the
to get advantage?
initially, yeah, I guess if you want to think about it like that, if you both consent to that technological swap.
We just met. We just met.
Why do you never ask me about my feelings, Tate?
I would say I would say maybe you guys actually doing stuff in the background, maybe discussing stuff. This is the first time where you guys kind of feel a little bit safer since the door that you came through kind of shut behind was locked by Flip. I will say you all have advantage on this just from being in, doing something together as a team besides, uncovering horrible sights. So I would say you would all have an advantage in here since you guys are all kind of building some camaraderie, some sort of like, team bonding as much as you can on this godforsaken fucking base. Yes, start.
So, if I did want to do this, you said stats?
No, so you use your worst save. So you have 3 saves.
Ooh.
You use your worst save, and you have to roll beneath that save to reduce the stress.
Yeah,
Oh.
but he said you had advantage, so.
Yeah, I'm giving you all advantage. I'm gonna even say that because I think the androids give disadvantage on like rolls nearby, like for saves, right?
That's
we're-
fear, I think.
Fear.
Is it fear? Okay, perfect. I will say everyone has advantage, even you, Ty. I'll even give you advantage.
I have like advantage that overrides my disadvantage.
This is the narrator pauses the screen and gives you. This is the sponsored
Fair enough.
advantage break by the Chrono
Fair enough.
Watch.
What if
Yeah.
Captain pulled out a joint and lit it up and offered some to Flip?
That would-
Yes, that would give him advantage as well, but there's no stacking advantage, sadly. He would get a cool factor. He would look cooler.
Well, I failed.
No, fuck. Okay.
Are you serious? Okay.
I just gained another stress.
Yep,
I
damage
had to
stress.
roll. I had to roll under 13.
Yeah, I have
That's
to
what- that's
roll
all.
under 17, so I'm
Yeah.
not
You didn't-
sure.
You didn't critically fail.
No,
right?
I didn't. No.
What's a
Oh,
crit
I'll-
fail again? 99 or a double?
It's a double.
A double.
90 through 99 is always considered a failure. 99 is a crit failure as well. 100 is a crit failure.
Yeah, I failed too, so I got another.
I failed as well. It wasn't worth it.
I got advantage, so I thought, shit, might as well.
I feel bad now.
Well, si-
This is amazing.
Did Ambrose
I'm ju-
succeed on his save?
Ambrose did not even try.
That's fair.
That's funny.
I'm just like sitting over in the corner, like rocking back and we're gonna die.
Yeah. Ambrose is so high strung he doesn't know how to like relieve
Yeah.
stress.
He's just over there like,
Uh,
I love this unhinged.
Tobe, did you pass it by chance?
I didn't need to do that.
You didn't even do it. All
I'm
right.
not stressed at all, man. I'm chill.
Yeah. So you give it, even though you guys there's an opportunity to kind of recover some stress. You guys it's your adrenaline still running. You're like that fear is playing at the back of your mind, and even that consistent like thud off in the distance. You still hear it echoing throughout this base. It
Oh,
just
I'm
fears you,
stressed
chills you to the
because
bone.
of Flip.
Yes.
I'm an empath.
I'm just sitting I'm sitting next to him saying, there. It's fine.
We're gonna die.
No,
We're all
we
gonna-
won't.
Yeah.
Everyone is super skilled in what they do. We're
Okay.
going to be fine.
I'm sure all these researchers were really skilled.
They were
mean-
skilled at science, not
Yeah.
what we're doing.
That's kind of what I'm skilled at, and what Ambrose is skilled at. What you're skilled at, right?
I'm actually skilled in psychology.
That's science-esque. That's like pseudoscience.
I'm just patting him
Rude.
on the back, trying to reassure him.
Mhm.
Like, it's fine. Just breathe.
I can't.
uh, yeah. So with that, we see an hour or so go by as you guys attempt to calm down. But Tobe, you are successful in pulling information off of these hard drives. What information is there? It's more of a head scratcher than anything. It is partial information. It is just research talking about different experimentation with these carcinogens. It's very, and it seems to be Dr. Edmund and Hinton co-collaborated, and you're pulling this information. It seems that the carcinogens have an exterior carapace that makes them nearly impenetrable to normal bullet fire. It takes a significant amount of damage, usually explosives, electrical surges, hydrochloric acid or something of that quality of threat will actually melt or break apart some of its carapace. Once that's done, they are hardy in nature and they take several full rounds to dispose of. It's imparting that they are hard to kill, but they are killable. Information on the crab Schleider or the crab shriek, the crab call. It's very spotted. It's very much like there's missing data. You are going through the motions, pulling what you can recover, and what you can recover is that there was only one authorized user that was able to extract this information and theoretically erase it in a sense, and that was the synthetic officer Hinton. There are traces of dead data that suggests that the information was extracted from these hard drives and stored within the logic core inside of Hinton. So any information regarding this replication process seems to be from your thorough examination inside the logic core of Hinton, the synthetic officer.
Cool.
And something I forgot to do during the recap was to give the mission objectives. I'm so sorry, guys. I totally forgot to read out the mission objectives to kind of refresh you on what you needed to do. This is what you guys were initially hired for. You want to rendezvous with the second lieutenant captain, the Marine commander of the colony, and assist them in repairing whatever the situation down here is. Reestablish satellite communications and get the terraformer back online. You also want to the single most critical thing is to get Dr. Edmund, the scientist, out, or the only thing that really matters to Tesla, the organization that hired you, is the logic core within Hinton, the synthetic officer. Those are the mission objectives that I forgot to go over. I'm sorry to sidetrack you.
Okay.
Is there anything else in this room that we should be made aware of in the observation room?
The room that you guys were in, the observation lab, that's everything that was really in there.
Okay.
And even in this analysis lab, everything that has been found has been found.
Okay. So we're good to move on, I think.
I'll explain everything that I read.
Wow. Bullets don't really work on them? That's great. Okay. You guys have, like, explosives or
I have
stuff?
one grenade. He holds it
Okay.
up.
I just look at this android with the grenade in his hand.
You're gonna pull out that device that I don't like?
No, not yet.
Okay.
You haven't showed me anything
Okay.
that says you're unstable.
Just a grenade. Just a single grenade.
Cool. Do we want to go towards the thudding sound next?
Well, what do we have in the way of other explosives and electric weapons and acidic weapons? What do we have?
We have 2 thermoses of acid.
Excellent.
I think
Much, but
that's
something.
about it. I don't have any explosives, just guns.
Yeah.
He flexes.
Yeah. I think that's it. I don't know if do they describe the crab song? Like, do they describe what it sounds like? Does it sound like a thud? Like a
They said it was.
It's a shriek. Is
Okay.
what I had. Shriek-like.
Okay, so the thudding is probably maybe not a carcinid. So maybe we should go towards that and just check all the rooms that are behind us as we go.
What is your direction, Kaj?
Marie serves that's our only option is to go west now. I think we explored everything else. Oh,
Well,
I can show you guys a little screenshot of the map for your information. I'll run you through it. So you guys are currently in 8 right here. These little lines are vents. You guys won't know that, but just for player information, you guys are here. You've basically come in here. This is the commissary. This is the pantry. Came up here and you went over here to the med bay. So there's this room up here that hasn't been explored. This room over here where the thudding sounds like it's coming from. There is something down here and something over here. So you have the whole western part of the base to explore, like you were saying, and that northmost room to explore as well.
Would there have been like a map of the base somewhere? Like, would we know this in character?
Actually, I will say that during Tobe's pool of hard drive information, maybe he is able to piece together a rough map, a rough overview. I'll just put this in the channel for you guys to have.
Oh, awesome, man.
And I will say that he even is able to project a 3D image onto the. He's able to draw perfectly 3D rendered schematic of this.
Sick.
Okay.
From pulling this information. Let me just post the little map in here. So here's the little map. And I'm only going to screen share the second part. I'm not going to keep this up for you all to see the whole time. This is something Tobe is able to correlate and highlight certain key points of the facility. So
Wow.
Tobe, you're able to realize that northmost part is the command center. That thudding sound seems to come from the garage. There appears to be some sort of armory and some sort of crew habitat within this compound.
Sick.
So
When
maybe.
Tobe-
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
When Tobe is projecting, he opens his mouth, and the camera is from within his mouth, and it like flickers, and he makes flickering sounds like an old film reel. Sorry, that's all I had.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
You were creative with your model, but
He's been upgraded in bits and pieces over the years.
I say maybe we go to the command center since it kind of ends off there. Also, it might tell us like the last known location of our VIPs,
I mean,
stuff like that.
that's what I was gonna recommend. So,
Okay,
idea.
cool.
I think we may want to, as long as it's not like super obviously dangerous, we should probably like check every room.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh,
All right. I'm gonna close down this image, and you guys head towards the command center. I've lost my picture. Hold on. All right. So yeah, you guys head to the command center. You Flip opens that door that you were sealed inside, unlocks it, and steps out of it. The door remains unlocked behind you. It can be relocked, of course, under pressure if you have to. And you make your way down the corridor.
Couldn't we? Sorry, couldn't we use the stem cell thing to make like an explosive or something?
Potentially, yeah. If you want to take the
We might
time
want
to
to
do that, fix that.
I don't know if we want to save it. Just see if something. But it just occurred to me.
The printer thing is busted
Yeah.
too, right?
We'd have to.
Yeah,
fix it.
printer would be fixed. Will have to be fixed first, and then you could print it, and it would take some time to actually craft that item. But it wouldn't take it. It would take longer to fix the machine than it would to print the item. So I will say it would take. It would roughly take 6 hours of really getting in there and working on the printer to fix it. It would probably take maybe just an hour to print the grenade. So it would be a little bit of an endeavor, but it would be
We come back to it.
something to be done.
If we're desperate,
Yeah.
which we
Perfect.
probably will be at some point.
Maybe.
Oh God, Flip's dead.
Yeah. So as the door hisses open, you remember that you are in a basically almost powerless building. Some of the rooms you go into, they have some sort of backup generator, some sort of electrical, way to stay on the grid that Flip has been rerouting electricity to. You open the doors and it's just a dark hallway, just silence besides that thud and the sound of a steam scream going off in the background. You hear a thud. You walk towards the thud as you go towards the command center. You get to that intersection. and the thudding stops. And then it starts again as you turn right to go into the command center. The command center, like the med bay, is sealed shut. It seems to be locked. Flip, you come over there, open it up. You guys see within this large round room, many chairs, many terminal systems, many computers. A primary spot in the middlemost part of the room sits a slouched over body. You can't make out what exactly, any kind of specific details from this far away, but you do see a slouched body. Their hands are kind of in front of them. You see there is kind of bulletin boards of notes or stuff here and there, different numbers for different locations. You see there's a number for the Heron terraforming base, the hotline number to reach different sections of the actual terraforming base, and there are quite a bit of sections at the terraform, maybe at least 6 or 7 different levels to the base itself. So it gives you that sense that it's a large scale terraforming base. Other than that, the only thing else that you notice is that the computer screens, most of them in here have been smashed to pieces. The glass lies broken. The only one that is not broken and laid asunder is the one directly in front of the slouched over body.
Shit.
Someone go check that. I'm not.
Check the body, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my plan. Just give me a second here. He just takes
Okay.
a couple deep breaths. Center himself.
Yep.
He brought that pole with him, so he's gonna poke the body from a
Very
distance.
nice.
He just realized how helpful, how useful that was in the other room. So
Yeah. So you go towards the body and you give it and the body slouches with the force of this poke. Nothing jumps out at you. The body kind of just slumps over to the side, and as you kind of push it, you see a hole that has dried blood that is in its head, like the thing from the temple. There's a bullet hole, and you kind of look on the other side and see the bullet hole exits the other side of the head as well. And as you push the body, a revolver falls out of the hand that was gripping it, and you see a set of dog tags around this marine outfit that kind of it's like a little swivel chair, and it just swivels around.
yeah.
The dog tags read Second Lieutenant Corporal Kaplan.
Yeah.
Kaplan's dead.
Oh fuck! Is that him?
Yeah. It's like he
How'd he die?
shot himself.
One mission.
I'm gonna lock the door. If he chose to shoot himself in the head, we're probably good. So I locked the door behind. I can just open it later. But
Were you trying to say something, Jacob?
No, I was doing a sound effect.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'll pick up that revolver and just kind of put it in my waist, and
I'll take the
Yep.
dog tags.
The revolver has 5 shots remaining inside of it. You count that as you stick it in your pocket. You grab the dog tags, and as you pull the dog tags, Ambrose, you see a slight movement. You see crumpled up in Kaplan's other hand looks to be some sort of document or some sort of paper crumpled up into a ball, and you can see the loose paper kind of going between the fingers.
Yoink.
Yeah, and as you pull the paper away, there's this it feels like a goo, very much familiar to the med bay, like slime goo, kind of coated it. And as you pull it away, you notice that Lieutenant Kaplan has what appears to be thousands and thousands of paper cuts on their hands.
Oh, I don't know that yet.
More paper cuts.
I'm gonna unlock the door slightly. A little bit. Just so, I don't know. If something paper cutted him and he just chose to kill himself before it actually, Does he have a chest hole?
No.
I'm gonna uncrinkle that paper and see what's on it.
Yeah. You uncrinkle the paper. Tate, did you want to interject something too, real quick?
Me and Ambrose saw that thing come out of his like body cavity, right?
Of
Earlier
the
in the
other,
freezer.
yeah, it looked like it had burst from the corpse, from like the inside of someone's body. That was actually the body in the commissary that had that like explosion out.
Okay.
The one in the freezer was just like a preserved. I'm pretty sure it was like a preserved, still inside the hole.
Yeah, and we stabbed it.
Yep, it's dead.
Okay. I will look to Ambrose and be like, do you think we should do the same thing we did to this body as we did to the last one? It is exhibiting the same symptoms.
The other one had been frozen, right?
Yes.
And it started thawing. Yeah, he's not been frozen. So if there was
Nope.
anything in him, it should have already burst forth.
Captain
And
will
it
Captain will
wouldn't
drive that
hurt.
pole right through the spot on the chest where that thing came out of on the other body.
Okay.
Yeah, straight through.
Okay, all right.
You feel no resistance. It feels like you've probably stabbed someone in the chest before, through the heart, through the stomach. It feels like a normal. You don't feel any kind of extra resistance. I mean, when you pull it out, you see there's like a very, very dwarf-sized, egg larva sac
Oh,
that didn't look like it got enough blood or nutrition to fully form before the next stage of its evolution. Of course, its metamorphosis.
Okay, I lock the door.
all right. Duly noted.
It-
Duly noted. Going forward.
I wonder if this life source needs the body to be alive, mostly, to continue growing inside them.
I bet you're right, and I bet Kaplan knew that, and that's why he killed himself before this could
Smart
develop
man.
any further. Yeah. Yeah.
How did they implant it into your body if it's just a bunch of paper cuts?
Maybe they're microscopic.
Or spores or something.
Oh yeah, spores could also be a possibility.
Ambrose, you uncrinkle that paper and you see what appears to be an organization chart, some sort of detailed list of the people here working at Greta Base or the terraforming station. The ones that are color coded, like some of them are red, some of them are yellow, some of them are green. The red ones all have a KIA or have like, it's like suggested that the red people are dead.
Gotcha.
The green ones that have not been, killed will be alive, so to speak. It says not infected, and the yellow ones, there are just question marks around their names.
Do we have any dog tags that would update this? Like, any of the dog tags that we got earlier, would they suggest that this chart is like out of date? Like people have died since this?
I don't know. I can scroll back and look, but did any of you write down the dog tags that you picked up? Just to see if
we have
we have
Corporal Xavier.
Lang and Resnick.
Okay. Okay, so it seems to be accurate with who's dead thus far. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and the yellow ones, the question mark is like MIA, missing in action, kind of, kind of question mark kind of thing. I will say, as a little bit of an add-on to this. Let's say this isn't a piece of paper. Maybe it is like a piece of paper, but when you enroll it, like lights up like a holographic kind of diagram, like a real time,
live
chart,
updates.
like a live update chart.
Oh, that's cool.
You see everything on here that everything on here is the same except for the Hinton. Hinton, there's like on the little paper I gave you, it says MIA. Hinton's actual like diagram or readings aren't actually on this board. Like it seems like there's a spot. There's like you can see like there's like a burned in after image where Hinton was at one point, but it's just dark. There's no MIA. There's no green, no red, no yellow. It's just dark.
God damn, there's still a lot of bodies in this place. Or somewhere, maybe not even in the building. Maybe they're elsewhere.
Yeah, I would probably have tried to leave if I was, because being in these enclosed spaces seems like hell.
Uh, do we know if there's any other like buildings on this planet, or was this as far as they got?
Well, there was a terraforming plant, right, on the planet.
Plant.
So, yeah, so I don't know if they went there or like how far that is from here even. But um in the command center, is there any like computers I can get into? Any other drawers, desks, like looking
Computer-wise,
around?
it's just the one that's directly in front of the dead body of Kaplan. That one's
Sure.
not damaged. It's the only undamaged one here. The cabinets and whatnots have all been pulled apart. Papers are kind of everywhere. The
Okay.
only thing else of note that was already kind of mentioned as you walked in, there are like different numbers for different parts of the terraforming station, like different hotlines, direct hotlines. And then there's like other like, Space Domino's, Space Hut, like other fast food food chains for like
Okay.
calling in
Sure.
orders and whatnot.
Is there a phone in here?
Space Hut.
There's a phone. There is a phone in there. There's a landline, very old rotary phone that is on the wall.
Okay, well, we maybe should try calling the terraformer place to see if anyone's alive. But I also want to move Kaplan out of the way and get on the computer. Could someone else? I don't want to touch him.
No, yeah,
I'll
I got
move
him.
him.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I just push him off the seat.
Wow. Okay.
Just
I shrug.
And then I'll get in the computer or whatever.
Yeah, I get my arms on his side, so he's not just laying on the floor next to us.
and as you pick him up, you feel there's like there's like like it's weight loss, like it's very like a ragged bone, like kind of shriveled up. Like there's like that. You can sense that kind of like decrepitness and reverse health.
Can you tell how long he's been dead? Does the tablet thing like tell how long he's been dead or whatever?
No, it's more or less like heart monitor kind of situation.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll get on the computer.
What is your primary objective with logging onto this computer? You are able to power it on. You redirect some power here and there. You're able to power it on. What is your? It just pops up and says, "Welcome to Tesla. Please enter your 45-digit PIN."
Okay.
You say Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk. And welcome to Tesla's console. How may I be a service?
I think probably feel free to suggest things, but I think I want to look for kind of the last like announcements or updates or something like that were sent out.
Yeah. You scroll through. It's like kind of like an email situation.
Sure.
You scroll through a bunch of emails. Most of them talking about just base operations, terraform operations, talking about different things. Talking about the dam. Yeah, thinking about the dam at the terraforming station. Some issues that they've had over the past year, the past months of being here. Whatnot. The last email on here is a email. You click it open and it says, well, it's labeled as urgent. All it says is urgent on the address line. You click it open, and it is a birthday invitation. It says, please join us for whatever the fucking the guy's. I don't know the guy's name on top of my head, but he's like, please join us for his birthday, his 45th birthday here on Samsa 6, the first birthday to ever happen on this planet. Big celebration, and it is sent by Synthetic Officer Hinton.
What is the date of it?
The date of it is 6 months ago.
Okay.
Actually, it would be six weeks ago. 6 weeks ago, not 6
Okay.
months, 6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago, and then okay. Are there any? Is it just an email? Is that all that's really on here? Just email?
It's mainly just that email. There is also you see another like program on there that's labeled online status life forms. registered to Tesla. It's like a little
Sure.
document. It's very much like the document that you guys just found, except this is like an actual app on the console itself.
If I open it, is it just the same thing?
Yeah, you
Or does
open
it
it.
give
And
like locations or?
you open it, and
Uh-huh.
as you open it, you see that there is a like a loading bar that just swivels.
These are actually
You all-
fake.
You all hear a like it's like something whirring on as a blue light scans all of you, and you watch as your IDs pop up on this
Oh.
catalog.
Ooh.
What's it say about me?
It just says flip beeping alive.
Okay, it doesn't have like tertiary squad leader or whatever.
No. It's just very basic information that has been. I mean, there's a little edit bar. You can edit your information a little bit, but it shows all of you as active life forms.
And it's
then
replicated on the document we have.
Yeah, and you see that document, and it looks like it has been replicated to that document as well.
I'll edit it. I'll just type "has come to save you" under
Split up.
Okay, I don't know if there's anything else in here. Is there like a list of inventory in the armory of stuff like that, or in the garage, something like that?
Yeah, you access the files, and that's a really smart question, Tyler. I like it. You access the files labeled armory, and the armory it's said to include. Sorry, I'm looking. Yep, it says armory. It says there's like plasma rifle, rocket launcher, grenade. You see there are like if you click on each of the items, it looks like it says checked out. Most of them it seems to have been checked out. You see there are maybe a surplus of 2 or 3 grenades still registered as active, and then there's just a question mark, like just an item that's listed as a question mark.
Oh, so it's an unidentified item in the armory. Do they have a list of what vehicles they had in the garage, or what was in the garage?
Yeah, you click on the little excerpt about land vehicles, and you see there are several ATVs. It says there's a couple ATVs. They all say checked out. There is what appears to be I'm just scrolling to the garage section. There's like ATV checked out. There's like APC, which is your knowledge is armored personnel carrier. APC. It looks like there was maybe 2 or 3 at one point. 2 of them have been checked out. It says there's 1 still in lockup. And there's like you go to click on like the extra details like ammunition, seating, inhabitants. Ammunition, it says fully stocked, full ammo. All you guys know these armored period. They have like a big like 50 cal machine gun on top of it. And then it says underneath it says gas full, and it says occupied, inhabitants 1. Ring. The phone on the wall begins to ring. The rotary phone on the wall starts to ring.
Get the phone.
You pick up the phone and you just hear.
Yeah.
Did you pick the phone up, Beep, or someone else is picking it up?
I said someone should have.
Oh, okay, I thought you said I'm picking it up.
No.
I was like, whoa, this guy's brave.
Oh,
No.
Ambrose answers the phone.
yeah. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so you pick it up mid ring, and you just hear like. You hear like heavy breathing on the other side. It says, it's a deep voice says, "Who the fuck is this?"
Ambrose, who's this?
This is. It says this is.
This is John
This-
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
It says this is HM3 Brookman, platoon medic, stationed at the terraforming base. What are y'all doing? I see your blips have popped up on the live update status page.
We have been
When did you
sent,
arrive?
this morning.
He says, "Good. We're on our way." Click. That's the phone
No.
is hung up.
Yes, thanks, you too. And he hangs up. Like, well, that was Brookman
Okay.
from the Terraform facility, and he says that they are on their way. Then he hung up on me.
Should we be concerned that any of them are infected?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried that. I'm just worried. He didn't really give us any more information to go on. He just said we're gonna come and get. I don't know what that means. Like he didn't ask any questions about us, right?
Yeah,
And he asked how long we had been here.
And that's it?
Yeah, and then when I answered, he said, "Good, we're on our way."
That seems weird. I'm gonna say it.
Maybe just the fact that we've only been here this long
Means we're not infected.
means exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
But if they're maybe if they're infected, they're wanting to propagate.
Maybe. How far is the? Can I check on this computer how far the base is from here, like the terraforming base?
Yeah, it says the terraforming base is at best 2.5 hours away.
Oh.
So if nothing goes wrong, they're 2.5 hours away. Okay. Shit. Let's. It could be the best thing to just sit in this room, but maybe we should scope out at least go to the armory and maybe figure out what's banging in the garage. Maybe the armory first.
Just gotta keep in mind that we're on our way. That might just very well mean we're on our way to come kill you guys.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But we should probably. I mean, if it's 2.5 hours, we should try to get through here as quick as possible and find what we need. If we can, and if we find it, we can just fuck off. But I don't know.
Yeah. Or at least have some kind of setup to protect us.
Yeah. At least if they want to talk, like you said, we have weapons to back up what we're saying.
Right, but they might also have all of those grenades and rocket launchers that are checked out. So
yeah, and I just don't want to be unarmed.
Right, the rocket launcher can do quite a number on our escape ship. So
right,
do all this as quick as possible.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be right behind you. Well, not right behind you, but just like maybe 20, 30 feet back.
It's route 10.
Okay.
So room 10 is the garage, room 7 is the armory, and then room 6 is listed as like the captain or the crew habitat. So you're going to 10? That's where the source of the thud is coming from as well.
What'd you say 10 was?
10 is the garage. 7 is the armory, and then 6 is the crew habitat.
Yeah, and keep in mind the one remaining vehicle says it's inhabited, so maybe that's banging.
Maybe that's Hinton.
Get there.
Yep.
That would make our job very easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we are going to the garage. Perfect. We see a bathroom break in our recommended programming. We're gonna take a 5-minute break as we see the party about to set sights on the garage, the source of the thud. Yep, take a quick 5-minute bathroom break, and we will come right back. Welcome back to tonight's special presentation. We come back from commercial break to see our party members in the med bay discussing their next move as they or in the command center, sorry, discussing their next move as they seem to be approaching what location?
Wait. I've got one more idea. Can we call him back at the at the terraformer place?
I don't know their number.
Yeah. I'm just saying we have a bunch of their numbers.
We could star 69 it and see if it.
It wasn't. It's like a direct line where you just kind of pick it up and go straight to the.
I don't know.
They're on
Okay.
their way. They may not answer.
Yeah, I
You're
feel
right.
like they're on their way.
There could be. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, armor. We'll go into the armory.
All right. Yeah, let's check for weapons first, especially with that banging.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, Flip opens the door, command center, and you go back down into the dark corridor. You get to the intersection and you turn right now, since you want to go to the armory, since you came out. The corridor, like before, is the same, and you head towards the armory. And as you do, the thud gets louder as you go by the garage. You hear the thud in the garage. It's much more louder now. It's a little muffled still by the door, but you hear it and you know for a fact that this garage is where the sound is originating from. And the door to the garage doesn't open automatically. It's like the locked door for like the command center and the med bay, and it is locked. You can see that it's locked. You make your way to the armory. The armory itself is a more you come to where the door would have been. It's been blasted off of its hinges, so to speak. It's been blasted out. It's just a big hole, sharp and rugged. It is mainly just a metal cage, of lack of a better word, with just a bunch of lockers that line it. Most of them empty. You hear above the something in the vents. And before you see what appears to be a giant pile of melted metal. It's got the same kind of degree of like adhesive as like the last little sack that you found, the little items that were in the med bay, observation bay. You see inside of this like pile of like goo and adhesive and whatnot. There are mostly metal, melted metal fragments, but there are a couple of grenades that kind of poke out, still intact from beneath. And you don't see anything else in here that would allude to that question mark. Most of the lockers in here, besides the ones that are kind of open face where the guns would be stored, are closed shut, very much like the lockers from the airlock that you came through. They are closed. You'd have to go by and open each one individually.
You said there were a couple grenades in that pile?
Yeah, about 3.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely grab the grenades.
Yeah. You grab them from the gooey ball of coagulation that's there in the middle of the room.
Let's check these lockers.
Yeah. Open them up.
Open one, nothing. Open another, nothing.
I would just say, hey, like before you open it, maybe kind of like tap on a locker, see if anything responds. If there's something, I don't know, if someone like would have shoved like a carc inside or something. Like, if I don't know if someone's hiding, and I just don't want to be scared by jumping out.
I mean, you don't have to search
Sure.
them, so.
No, I'm not. But
Okay.
just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save our own hearts, is what you're saying.
right.
Yeah.
So Ambrose starts doing that before each one.
You do that. each door. You open. You do it. You don't hear feedback, and you open the door. Nothing inside. You do it for another one. Open it. Nothing inside. You do it for another one. Nothing inside. You get to about the 5th or 6th one, and you do the, and you hear a little bit of some sort of like knocking on the other side of it.
Oh,
Very faint, but you hear some like try to imitate. It's like imitating the same knocks, the same frequency and the same like pattern. But it's not as strong as your initial knock.
I think we got something in here.
All right.
Hey, do your heat sensors detect anything in this locker?
Star.
I'm sorry. I turn them on and see.
Yeah, there
I
appears to
forgot
be
I had
a
them.
heat signature on the inside. Kind of smaller in shape, maybe 7-8 inches in total. Aura.
There is definitely something in there. It's relatively small.
Like rats on this planet, or other than
Sure.
Ambrose.
I mean,
No?
I'm thinking what, like small dog size, like a Chihuahua.
Said like, okay.
Okay. Is more equivalent to the size of a small breed of dog. Example, Chihuahua.
So like a New York rat then.
kill it with fire.
Yes.
That cannot be a human.
No.
Maybe get the hydrochloric acid ready if we want to open it.
Throw a grenade in there.
Oh, well, we're in this room.
Captain will just go over. He'll pull the revolver from his pants and.
Yeah, you. What's everyone else doing as he's doing this motion? Are y'all kind of huddled around, or?
Yeah,
I would
like outside.
I would
the
tell
room.
them all to stand back.
I'm like outside there. I'm like peering
I
around
got my
the corner.
harpoon gun ready.
Okay. So, what's Pangea and Porkchop doing, by the way?
Pangea just stays on my shoulder the whole time.
Okay, what's Porkchop been up to?
Porkchop's just right beside me all the time, just
Okay,
on guard.
perfect. Yeah, so you. So visual, you're at the door, revolver ready.
Yeah.
Flip is in the hallway peeking around. Ambrose has his harpoon gun aimed secondary. What are the two androids doing? What are two little goobers doing? What are y'all two doing?
I'm behind the two humans. I'm further back in the room. I'm holding out my penknife, the pointy side out.
Ready for
I'm getting
violence.
ink all over my hands.
Okay. What's Tate doing?
I will get my little arm gun ready.
Okay. So, you guys are all doing that.
Actually, sorry, Jacob. I'm retroactively making a declaration. So my trinket that I rolled was a hooded parka, fleece lined. So he's got his hooded parka on, and Ambrose always has the hood up.
Okay.
And Pangea is sitting on his head, like peeking out the top of the hood.
Oh, so you're being controlled by Pangea, basically.
Yeah.
This is a Ratatouille situation.
That makes sense.
Very nice. Yeah, maybe Pangea scuttles back a little further into the.
Yeah.
Porkchop covers his eyes with his ears. So
Like a Looney Tunes.
you grab the locker, revolver ready. You swing it open. I need you to make a combat roll for me as you open it, and inside is a smaller spider-like crab thing that goes and like tries to leech at you as it like screeches. But you have the revolver. This is kind of like a free round in the D&D perspective.
Told you.
Fail.
That was the best screech I could do. You fell. Okay. So gain a stress. Well, actually, let me make sure. I don't know if do combat rolls add stress when you fell them. I don't know. Let's go to my little slideshow.
Mhm.
They do. I'm pretty sure. Yep, they do. So you let this revolver round, you let it with the bang of the gun going off rings out all around, and you maybe instead of killing it off, right, you shoot one of its legs off and you wound it, and the bullet kind of goes around inside of the locker and lands down. That noise echoes throughout the base. Mark one bullet off of your revolver. The recoil of you doing that and you hitting the actual smaller Kark, this alien species, you actually throw its trajectory off and you watch it as it lands in the middle of the room. It's staying there and it's just going around looking at everyone in this room, and it is just kind of looking at its around, taking it all in. What are the rest of y'all doing as this thing's like taking it all in? It looks for the weakest. It looks at Flip. It sees the person in the hall. It sees the head peeking out. More or less, it sees the head peeking out, but also the exit and the entranceway, and it looks like it's about to bolt that direction.
Ambrose wants to fire that rigging gun.
Make a combat check for me. And you guys can see this is a smaller one, so you see that the carapace that would make it harder to kill hasn't fully formed. Yes. Success. Yeah.
My
How much
combat is
damage?
49. I rolled a 42.
Actually, you don't even have to roll damage. This thing is weak enough to. It doesn't have a lot of hit points, or it can't take enough wounds to be considered wounded. What does it look like what's this look like as you shoot this thing as it's trying to scurry away out of the room?
So the harpoon goes completely through it, and pins it to the ground. And then, because the way the gun works is it would have been 1d10 for damage.
Mm-hmm.
But then an additional 2d10 when the harpoon is removed.
Okay.
And it has whatever the bleed effect is.
Mm-hmm.
So he fires it and it sticks it to the ground, and he withdraws the harpoon and it rambles back up into the gun.
You're just swinging blood around. It's bluish green blood just paints the room. As you pull it back, you guys hear a shriek ring out from the room where the thudding comes from. You hear this loud, high-pitched shriek. I'm not going to shriek again because, dear God, that was funny. But this is a high-pitched shriek that just rings out louder and louder, similar to the effect when you killed that baby in the freezer. I need everyone to make sanity saves for me.
Okay. Shoot.
Sandy.
Damn.
Oh my
I
goodness. I succeeded. That's
Yeah, me too.
exciting. I'm not even good, Sandy.
Oh. So, I have a special trauma response when a scientist fails a trauma or a sanity roll.
Oh.
Whenever you fail a sanity save, all close friendly players gain 1 stress.
Oh my God.
How does that play out? Before we resolve everyone, how does that play out? Does that happen?
I guess everybody's like, Ambrose goes, Everybody sees him like, oh crap! If Ambrose is freaking out,
Yeah.
this is not great.
Everyone gain a stress from that.
Damn. Okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna make it, guys.
So, and if you fail it, you get 1 more.
You get 1 stress if you fail. Yes. Actually, hold on. Actually, you don't gain a stress if you. So just let me know if you fail.
I did fail.
I failed.
So we have Tate failed.
Yeah, by 9.
We have Ambrose failed. So we're retroactive. You that would have happened, but this is thanks to the Chrono Watch. We rewind time a little bit. You don't freak out. You just failed the sanity save.
Okay. He just makes this face.
And I failed too, Jacob.
Okay. Everyone that failed, I need 2 d10s rolled by that person. So.
Okay.
Do we take the stress from the scientist trauma response?
That doesn't happen because it wasn't. There's no stress gained from this fail. I misread.
Okay. Sure.
So when you say 2d10, you mean like actual 2d10 or like a percentage?
Yeah, actually just the 2d10, not the percentage die.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And let me know what you get.
14.
14 on Cash.
A 0 is a 10, correct?
Yes.
Okay. 11.
14. That's Tate is 11. And then Ambrose, what did you get?
13.
13. Here is what happens. After this thing dies and the shriek is echoed throughout the base. Ambrose Tate and Captain Admiral Johnson. You begin to hear help. Hey. Help us. You hear these dissonant whispers, and
From
you feel
where?
you don't know. It's all around you. You feel tiny paper cuts begin to spread over your body
No.
as you begin to hear whispering for pleas of help.
Angia, save yourself.
Any paper cups visible?
The pain
Like,
is visible.
I
The
can see
pain
it?
is, yeah. The pain. I think the pain is so real
Well-
at the thought. Well, even for the synthetic or android, even for the android.
No, I meant I don't think they can see because we have those big O suits on.
Yeah, you guys have suits on, so you want to be able to see. That is
Oh.
correct.
Gotcha.
You guys do have these suits on.
Ambrose gonna be slapping at himself.
Yeah, you just feel this pain. It feels like something crawling around you as these cuts just like form all throughout your body. Even the androids, you feel this weird sensation as these dissonant whispers ask for help. They beg for help. Help us. Help us. And that kind of blooms, and then it kind of the whisperings kind of fade away.
So sorry, all of you guys failed?
No, I passed.
Okay,
Everyone with
cool.
Flip and Tobe fell.
It's only us now.
Mhm.
Give us the revolver.
You guys do have your suits on, so you do know that they do not see these paper cuts yet, or these cuts.
Ambrose, are you okay? That's like a little weird for even you. Also, that scream was fucking terrifying.
Right, exactly. Right, I know.
Did everyone hear the voices after the scream?
I heard
Whispering.
voices
Whispering.
I didn't hear
asking
anything.
for help.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, no, I didn't.
there were no voices.
I heard voices.
I am fully updated, so I definitely heard voices.
I'd tell you if I heard something.
I did not see any extraneous movement of the air molecules in this room. I do not believe there were voices.
Well,
I
you
just
would know.
point at Tobe.
Wait, is that
Well-
how sound works? You'd see sound in the air?
I have seen many things over my years.
That's not really what I asked. Like, can you see as I speak right now? Can you see it move through the air? Did you say it's beautiful?
Yeah.
Fuck. That's wild. Anyway, yeah, there were whispers. Someone was asking for help.
That's strange because I didn't
Are you
hear that.
exhibiting any other symptoms?
Who are you talking
Ambrose would
to?
lie.
To you, Captain Admiral Johnson.
Any other symptoms of what? Am I infected? What are you talking about? Symptoms of what?
Well, you
Who
heard
said anything
voices.
about-
Do you feel any tingling over your body?
Always. I'm fucking high. I'm fucking high all the time.
Any new sensations?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What about you?
Ambrose would say, I don't think so. Hoping
And
it would just
neither
go
of
away.
you have felt any sensations on your body?
No, I'm good.
Tate, are you asking because you felt something?
Yes,
What'd you feel?
a sensation over my body.
Can you be more descriptive?
Well, as we exhibited other life forms, they had small cuts all over their body, and if I'm predicting correctly, then that should be what's covering my body.
That doesn't sound good. And Amber's just like, ah, crap.
So-
Yeah.
That would mean I heard voices, plus the sensation on my body, and I could possibly somehow be infected or close to being infected.
Sound?
That can't be.
Okay.
It can't be just through a scream, right?
I
I'm
mean,
not
it would
sure.
it would explain, like, it would make sense, I guess, like how an egg would get inside you, like I don't know, the paper cuts. You wouldn't be able to physically like put something in there, so maybe it is like a scream.
Oh, is this that crab Schlider? Is that what just happened? To
Oh, the crab song. Yeah. Holy fuck, that's what that was?
That's
Hey,
weird.
do you mind? Can I use my cybernetic diagnostic scanner on you?
Of course.
I hate those
Okay.
things.
just shoots Flip in the head.
That's a tool he used to keep us down.
You hear him like curse under his breath.
And
It's
I
a very
will.
helpful tool.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's
And then I-
very updated.
I will scan. I'll scan Kate with the cybernetic diagnostic scanner.
What does this look like to you, Flip? What does your scanner look like? How does this look? Give me a visual.
So it kind of has. It kind of looks just like a camera that has like the kind of side thing, and I'm just.
Okay.
You need to kind of like slowly spin while I do this. So it gets like all the readings.
All right.
Go ahead. Thank you.
I spin, I guess.
You are going about, and the little cybernetic diagnoser has like a scale, like just for users' purposes for being lazy. It's just like good, bad, but like it's like a hot or cold, like it beeps when something's wrong or abnormal. You're going over her whole body. You're scanning her head to toe. You go from her. We'll say you just start from the feet and work your way up, since it's just a quick up scan. You see it's not beeping. It's beep 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 as you focus in on her central chest, and you see what appears to be a little acorn.
An acorn in you.
And you see that it's somehow, some way unknown to you, seems to be merging with the electric wires inside of her that make up Tate's being. You see that it's like, it shows like a little rough outline of this little acorn, like you see like small wires that are just like being pulled to it and connected, pulled to it and connected, pulled to it and connected. You don't see how or why, due to your cybernetics, maybe outdated version or model, but you do see this abnormality in there, and it just says, it's just beeping, beep 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 beep, beep, and it says unknown entity found.
Okay.
And it registers as a cybernetic entity as well,
Okay.
instead of a biological.
Bad news. I think you have a Kark in you. Slightly interesting news. It's a cybernetic Kark, I guess. That's what it said. It was like a cybernetic thing, but you have a Kark in you. I think everyone.
Move it.
I mean, there is a surgery room, I guess. I don't.
I feel like the safest option is to try to remove it from me, since I am not actually living,
Shit.
rather than performing it on our friend here. And I point
How
to
deep into their
Captain
chest is
Everyone.
it?
I mean, just like center mass, so 4 or 5 inches or so.
Right in the middle of them, like.
Yeah, it's like in the middle, like at the center of the being. It's probably the best way to get most nutrients or blood flow or cybernetic flow, energy flow.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like 4
Yeah.
or 5 inches deep.
Yeah, we can try it. How do you two feeling? The two normal people, I guess. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. My bad.
But feeling,
That slipped out. My bad.
feeling.
Hope rolls his eyes so hard.
Feeling in what way? I mean,
Oh, just like physically. I know mentally you're probably fucked, but
I feel all right. Can you do that little scanny thing on me, or is that just for the?
this is just a cybernetic
Right.
thing.
Well, I mean, I venture a guess of why our friend's rushing over here. Probably either wants to save us before the scream happens, or kill us after it does. So
Maybe killing the thing that screamed would cause the shit to stop growing in you.
I sure hope so, because I'm dead pretty quickly.
It's like the killing the main vampire.
Well, let's
And the
try.
werewolf.
Yeah, maybe let's
Yeah.
try that before we start digging into you guys.
Yeah,
Although
that sounds good.
perhaps it would be best to remove it now while it is small. We do not know how long the gestation
Oh.
period was for the others that we found.
I agree with your logic.
As you guys are talking,
Fucker.
Pork Chop begins to start growling. And he goes
Oh.
in posing. He's looking at the door and he starts. And you see an outline in the dark start rushing towards you as it's whatever's out there is rushing towards you down the long corridor. As it begins to, you hear it. You don't see it yet. You just see a black mass moving in the darkness. What do you do?
Like,
We're
like we
in
can
a-
see it coming directly towards us.
You see, like it's like one of those things where you're like in the dark and you see like a shape move, like a mass moving. I don't know if that makes a good visual, because that's kind of like a good visual
I'll shoot
indicator.
my
But
harpoon at it again.
it seems like it's big enough to cause a different distortion in like the darkness, so you can see its form more or less.
How
It's
far-
there's
how
no
far
kind of
away is it?
disadvantage or anything. Right now it is. That's a great question. Let me look at the range real quick, because
What grenade?
Who has the acid?
let me look at the range, because I don't know them off the top of my head. It's farther away. That's going to take maybe a round to get to you. So you guys have think of it as like you have a free round, and then you'll be able to go again before it actually gets to you. So you'll probably see it more after you do this first initial reactionary
Oh, fuck it.
actions.
Everyone duck, and I throw a grenade at it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would throw Flip behind me.
I would throw Flip at it.
Holy shit, she's turning.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll a combat roll for that grenade. And the grenade itself.
I have not succeeded on a roll yet this game, by the way.
That's
Oh
fine.
my
What is the damage of a grenade, by the way? Do you know
Look pretty quick.
off of the top of your head? So it is at a long range.
Is it a
if that matters to you?
Frag grenade?
It should be. I would assume it is. I mean, I can scroll up real quick. See real quick.
3D10.
3d10. Perfect.
Combat. Well, that's a 0. Yeah. Seeds.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. You chunk the grenade into the dark corridor. It makes it halfway as you just hear the sounds of something like clanging against metal as it's just running through the corridor. You can't see its image yet. As this grenade goes, what's everyone else doing? Because it's still going to take a second to blow up. What are y'all doing? As you see Cash throw the grenade, Flip has been pushed behind Tate.
I would
Does
also
anyone-
take my arm and turn into a gun.
I would get out the SMG I have and just start fucking.
Pulling it out, wrangling it.
Yeah.
I will say you can roll a combat roll too, as you are just you're like blind firing with your eyes closed. What is Tobe doing?
I'm behind Flip. I see what that's happening. I want to be in front of that.
You like supporting him?
Yeah.
I'll say she's supporting you. You can have advantage on it if Tobe is supporting your body.
Yes.
You have advantage. What's
I'll do that.
Ambrose doing?
He's ceasing to throw the grenade. Yeah, I also would start using the SMG.
Okay, so you roll combat roll for me as well.
Okay.
I got one hand on both of you, trying to keep the humans.
He can have advantage because he's Tobis is supporting you.
I don't want to take the risk of blowing up my harpoon.
That's fine.
Since Tobe supported me, I actually passed.
Shoot.
Perfect.
I did not.
You did not. Okay.
Did not.
Okay, so grab a stress for that. Fell from the combat
Yeah.
roll. Let's do the damage for all three of you. Let's all roll the damage real quick.
Okay.
Even the fell.
11 for
Okay.
the grenade.
11 for the grenade.
And the machine gun is.
If you rolled a 0, isn't that a critical success? Like an actual 0?
Well,
Wait,
I
did-
rolled
oh.
a 0 on the 100. 4 on the other one, so it was 4 total.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. You also can't roll a 0 on a D100, so I forget I said anything.
I did 11. I did 11 damage.
So
On...
22 total so far. And then what did you roll? What did you roll, Ambrose? Even though you missed
14.
14.
And do we mark
and
a
Tate-
mag off?
Tate, you can roll your gun too because you said you have a gun. You shoot your gun as well. So you shoot your gun as well.
Do we
Just have to figure out. Oh, there it is.
do we mark a mag off?
It's just one. It's just one. Like
Okay.
bullet. Like one bullet.
Okay.
So that basically the ammo is how many times you can fire it before you have to reload. Even if it's like an SMG or whatever, just for mechanic wise.
Mhm.
So Tate, roll a combat roll for me.
Mm.
Just normal, no advantage because Tobe's not supporting you.
Oh, I passed.
Okay, roll the damage for me.
I'm trying to figure out which gun I have. Okay. I have 2 guns. I'll use a smart rifle. Wait, that's extreme range.
Yeah, it'll be a disadvantage if it's because it's only at long range, so it'll be a
But
disadvantage.
I
roll.
also
It's extreme.
have a SMG.
Just use that. Use that then.
So, Jacob, it says a roll of 0-0 is always a critical success. How do you roll a 0-0?
You roll 2 zeros on the 100 die, and then you roll 0 on your.
Okay, so 0-0-0. Gotcha.
Yeah, 0 0 0.
I rolled that last game, and you said that. Was
That's a
fail.
critical.
Like, isn't that
Oh, look,
a 10?
I don't know the rules. I just assume. So I might be in the wrong. So I'm sorry for you. It's like that was a critical fail. I don't remember what the repercussions for that were, but
Wait. Sorry, I don't know guns. Is an SMG the submachine gun?
yes.
Okay.
It's marked as SMG in the player's handbook or the player survival guide.
Oh, I'm in the book. Okay. Nine.
So the grenade gets lobbed. The two, Tate, Flip Beepin, and Ambrose, they all take their SMGs out and start shooting, or whatever guns they have, and they just start shooting. Thankfully, Tobe, you are able to support Flip. Flip is you're just watching the bullets, just the lights from the bullets just ringing out. You see as they all just shoot into the darkness, you hear what hits. Sounds like this ammo hitting the some sort of armored shell, just like you hear like thud, 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 thud. Ambrose, you go to shoot, and as you're shooting, your gun goes wild, and you kind of like just shoot the wall. 14 damage. You're shooting the wall. You're trying to keep the control. The bullets are just ricocheting everywhere. Thankfully, I rolled like a percentage to see if it hit anyone. It didn't hit anyone as you're just spraying around wildly. Pangea takes cover under your hair. As the bullets just riddle throughout the hallway, you see the grenade boom explode as shrapnel is just thrown about. You see this large spider-like crab that just absolutely is like 7 foot tall, like it's taking up the whole corridor, like its legs are all around the corridor as it's like approaching. The explosion blows up some of the armor, or some of the pieces of its armor carapace on the outside of its body, and thankfully the grenade goes off before the bullets do, as the bullets just ring into its body. And you just watch this blood, blue and green blood, just spreads out, and you watch the thing just go limp in the hallway as you guys killed a Kark.
Excellent.
Is that
Scan my
the?
body and see if it got rid of the.
Did it come from the direction of the garage?
No.
Oh.
Oh fuck! I don't know if that was the one. If that was yours.
This one seemed to be coming from the intersection point of where the sleeping area is, and where the commissary is.
Mm.
Oh, was that the one that had the? It was blocked off, basically.
At one point, yes.
Okay.
I mean, as we know, a and shoot.
Right. Is it look like the limbs? Does it look like what was in the med bay? What?
No, this one has all its limbs. You
Okay,
guys
I
could
just
go
want
up and
to.
examine it if you want.
I don't want to walk up to it, but I just want to know if the limb is like a similar limb, not like it's missing a limb or something.
No, I mean it's similar in nature and design, but it's entirely different in its own right.
Okay.
Like it's a unique. I would say maybe Tate. Maybe you get a glimpse of some similarities. It looks to be like it looks reminiscent to that shriveled body that fell out of the pantry earlier.
Oh.
Like it seems like it's got characteristics of that individual that was in the pantry.
He grew
Remember the-
fast.
Body that got pulled through the vents. There's some sort of like similarities that you can kind of pick up since you saw that original body.
Not to scare anyone, but the body I found in the pantry looks very similar to that large alien over there.
Oh,
Holy fuck.
So, if it is growing that fast, do you mind checking?
oh.
I'll check her. I'll check Tate's larva.
Yeah, it's still kind of the size of the acorn at the moment. It hasn't grown or anything like that yet.
Sure. It's same size, really.
I believe we should try to either cut it out or get rid of this other alien fast.
Thoughts?
I'm all for getting rid of the other.
Okay, let's kill
Yeah.
it, and
I
then
don't
we.
want you. Yeah, I don't want you cutting me open just yet.
Okay. It's not really my area of expertise, so. Yeah.
Is that banging
guess
still
we-
happening, Jacob?
Is what?
The rhythmic banging, is that still happening?
Yeah, after the scream happened, there was maybe a moment of silence. Moment of silence. Rest
Yeah.
in peace, God forgive that little baby. And then the thudding began once more. I will say, as you guys if you guys are leaving to get closer, you would probably see some bits of this cark that you just killed. Who has? Does anyone have any kind of like specialty in anatomy or any kind of biological studies or anything like that?
Mine is all like mystical stuff.
I have computer hacking, artificial intelligence, and military training.
Nope.
Physics.
I have athletics.
Psychology.
You have athletics?
Military
Yeah, I
training,
have athletics.
firearms, and athletics.
Yeah. Okay.
Athletics can do anything.
They don't know shit.
Probably not.
I was just saying I was gonna give you a little bit more information, but I think you would notice that even though it's been blown to bits, the armor or the carapace didn't look entirely formed yet. So you see that, and that's kind of like
Fuck.
something goes off in your brain a little bit. You're like, you put that together.
That was a baby one.
It's like a teenager. Relative.
It's adolescent.
Yeah. It bangs.
Maybe we wanna. Maybe this is going a bit too far, but we could like spread out the grades and such.
The hydrochloric acid, is that what it
Or
is?
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Is it a container within a container, or is that
Yeah.
container?
There's something inside the container. So it's like a sleeve inside that you would pull out that has like a glass jar with it in it. Easy to be thrown and break. Easy to throw and
Yeah.
The thermos really just keeps it from cracking inside.
Captain would say, has anybody seen any like duct tape around or thinking I can tape a grenade to the acid, pull the pin and throw it at that thing and see what happens.
I mean, there might be tape in the command center. I didn't see any, but I was looking at the computer. Can we check?
There could also be surgical tape in the med bay.
Jacob,
Would there be tape in the first aid kit? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I have a first aid kit.
I think we all do.
We all do.
would,
Oh, I'm not special.
would throwing that acid at one of these things, that would be considered a combat roll?
Yes, technically it would
Okay.
be. It would be just like because you're throwing it, so it's like a. Yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling. Yes, it would be considered a combat roll.
Yeah, because say, you know what, actually, might be smarter to throw acid first. Let it weep that shell instead of throwing it at the same time.
Oh, is it not? This is Star. Is it not dead?
We're
Or we
talking about
just-
the one in the
the other
garage.
one.
The other
Okay,
one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm just
Could
Yeah.
we just go down the hall and pour a little bit of acid onto the dead one and see if it breaks through?
so
Would that use up our acid?
yeah, I mean, acid there, it's like probably not wise, but
I think you guys are smart enough not to do all of it. You guys have full
Yeah,
control
sure.
over how
Oh,
much you use.
I wasn't
I
sure
You
if
can do
it
a
was
dab.
it was-
Just like a little bit.
yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like a screw top and you could pour a little, or if it was like a one-time use thing.
Yeah, it's like a little mason jar. You take the lid off. You pry the little
Moonshine.
lid off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do that then. Just a tiny bit on the.
The price of armor, like there's armor on the not fully developed, but there's armor that's like hardened enough. You do pour it on there like a little bit of drizzle, and it like you see the sizzle. It slowly begins to eat away at the armor itself, melting the armor to a degree comparable to what you poured on it.
What is everybody else's combat roll?
That's
35.
49.
37.
Oh, Ambrose, yours is actually higher than mine.
What? How'd
Because
that happen?
because when
It's
I
about the
made my
points.
stats, I spread them out evenly. I wasn't thinking that I needed to crank one up.
Oh,
So I
got
have
you.
all like pretty even stats. I just my
Cool.
yeah.
Mine are everywhere.
I mean, I have a 43, but yeah. So I take turns throwing them. All luck.
Love to.
We have to figure out if we can get that door open because it is locked.
I think I could. I think I should be able to get it open. Just once I get it open, just be on guard.
Right.
Okay.
On God.
I'm gonna open. We're at the garage door, I imagine, and I'm gonna open it.
Yeah, and I'll have that vial of acid ready unless Ambrose.
Yeah, I figure I better go down than a blaze of glory.
Well,
All right.
I'll have a
Gun
grenade
ready.
ready.
I'll also have one ready.
I won't.
So you get to the garage door. Just to remind you, you have the garage door just in front of you. You have the hallway, the corridor that extends all the way to the east that goes to the med bay, and the little intersection that goes to the command center, and then back into the commissary. Med bay door is open. Left open
Mhm.
by Flip. I imagine command center was left open by Flip as well.
Sure. I don't know
Okay.
why we're saying all this. Like I'm like, okay, yeah.
Just in
It's gonna be
case,
Flip's fault.
in case you need to know where to go, unless you want to run away.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're fleeing, right?
Yeah, so you type on your little MacBook Pro that you brought with you, and you hack into this.
Great
You pull out your BlackBerry and hack into
Oh
this
yeah.
door. it opens. The banging boom, you see now what appears to be, the source. You can barely see it. You can't really get a good visual from where you are as you're kind of far away from the actual thing itself. But here's what you see initially as the doors open. You see a giant hole. It looks like the ground just falls off. You can't see anything, but the sound seems to be emanating from the hole itself. You see that APC armored personnel carrier. There looks to be some dings and some smashes in the middle, and the glass seems to be cracked a little bit. You see what appears to be a fallen power line that hangs from the ceiling. Its end is exposed and open. It does not have any electrical power to it. It is dead or offline.
This is Ambrose went for since Ambrose. The acid.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually our flank. Stay back a little bit and watch to the rooms that you were just asking about where we left the doors open.
Yeah, towards the med bay and all that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So you're I like that visual. So also inside of the garage, you see some tools, a tool bench, some assorted tools here and there. You can't really make out exactly what there is, but you just see tools kind of lying haphazardly around. There appear to be 6 black barrels, each with the flammable logo on them. You see a portable generator that is hooked up to a terminal that feeds.
Whoa.
You hear something pounding. It's not approaching though, but pounding. Wow, how fitting. And you see, oh my God, what's happening in there? You can't see because the hole's too deep. You don't know what's happening. But you see a little portable generator hooked up to a terminal that seems to connect to that exposed wire. You see that terminal is off at the moment, but could potentially be restarted to reapply electricity to that open-ended wire. Other than that, you don't know exactly what's in the hole, but you do hear that loud thudding. Those noises didn't really happen, but you hear those loud thudding, just boom, boom, happening inside of the hole, but you cannot see exactly what it is.
I say.
Can I use my infrared glasses or goggles to see, how big it might be?
Yeah. You look at the infrared goggle, and it's this weird distortion overlay where at first it looks like a larger heat signature, and then as it kind of focuses, it looks to be just a normal humanoid heat signature.
Fuck.
Boom. Boom.
Push the barrels in
Do
the
I
hole.
see them
Turn on the electrical
moving?
thing. Shove it down
You
in
don't-
the hole.
You don't see
Rotate it
any.
in the hole.
You don't see anything moving. You just hear the noise, and now it's more or less less muffled. So you hear what sounds to be like something hitting wet earth. It sounds like a muddy, there's like a squishy sound to it. It's like something hitting earth or the ground beneath the cement that has that was there before it was turned into a hole. But you can't see what's down there. You don't see anything yet.
All I'm picking up is a humanoid figure.
Don't we have flashlights on our top of our heads? Can't we just kind of point it down in the hole?
Well, the hole it's like further into the room. This is as you guys are outside of the room. That's kind of how I'm describing it. As you guys just open and look around.
Gotcha.
But you definitely could. You could get closer, and you could definitely look into the hole.
I'd like to sneak over to the generator and turn the generator on so I can get the electrical line.
Are we assuming those barrels are flammable and the electrical might catch it on fire?
Yeah, he said. Well, he said they
They got
actually
a little flammable logo on it.
their MSDS sheets are.
Well, electricity is also effective against their carapaces.
I think you got that in the observation room.
Yes.
Just a reminder, said I saw a humanoid figure.
But it started off big.
Yeah.
Your
that could
goggles are
also-
playing tricks on you.
Yeah, well. I just don't want us to accidentally kill someone that we need.
Oh well.
Well, also, it's like 5 or 6 barrels, so anyone who's close to that is just gonna die.
Unless it's Mario down there, he's just jumping over him.
Yeah.
Oh well. A scream came from here. Is that a human scream? Doesn't seem like a human scream to me.
Well, I'll just say, yeah, but keep in mind, there's a vent. It's not the accent at all. Keep in
Oh,
mind.
that was just me talking. That wasn't
What?
the real bad.
Okay.
No, I'm
never
just.
mind, never
What I was gonna say was the scream may have come from another room, so that whatever scream might not be in here. That's why I'm out here watching our.
Ambrose goes over and looks in the hole.
Yes, that's what I was waiting for someone
Oh,
to do.
you fall into the hole! No, yeah, you look over the hole, and you see a human in a marine getup. The marine getup obviously has like it's been shredded a little bit. There are visual, like your flashlight shines down onto the actual body. It shows paper cuts all over the body. The body is shrunken and sunken in, very like shriveled up. And they have a they're just using their hands, and their hands are just boom, boom, as they are digging downward into the earth. They don't appear to notice the light on them or notice your presence, as they are focused on doing what they are doing at the moment.
So Ambrose will slowly back up and turn and be like, he's got to go.
Gotcha. I'm fucking with the generator.
Okay.
Pushing the barrels down into there, or what's the?
Well, there's an electrical line. I figure we just drop the electrical line in the hole.
How wide was the hole?
First.
The hole is it's a pretty it doesn't give a specification, but it's a pretty wide hole. I would say it's maybe let's say it's like 10 feet by 10 feet. Like it's a big hole.
Okay.
Obviously this wasn't done by him by himself. Like the concrete has been broken. Like maybe some sort of explosion went off in here or something. Like maybe there's some charring that explains that, but it's like a 10 foot by 10 foot. It's a big hole. It's just this person is in the middle of it, kind of middle center, digging downward at a slope. So it's like this whole slopes down into like a little pool area. Think of like a pool slopes down, and the person's at the bottom digging and just throwing dirt behind them as they're digging.
The thumping sound that's been echoing through the entire station is just from one human.
Seems to be so.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, there's something like you even with the in here, like the sound of the thump. There's a solid like sound to it. Like it's not like a little weak old.
Got big hands.
I'll go throw the end of the electrical line into the hole, just so we're not electrocuting ourselves.
Yeah, you easily enough, quietly enough, put it in the hole. But the creature or whatever in there continues to bang around and dig a hole. Dig a hole, dig a hole.
I'm gonna get next to the generator, but I'm gonna be. You guys want to ask its name or something, or should we just?
It does not look healthy.
Okay. I'm gonna turn it on.
It's on Ozempic. It's the true true monster. So you're turning the generator on. So that's what you are doing. What is everyone else doing? Are you waiting for Flip to turn the generator on? What are you doing? Anything else? I know we have Cash in the hallway just watching the flank. Ambrose was looking. What's Tate and Tobe doing? And Ambrose, what are you doing too, Ambrose? Don't neglect it.
I'll inspect the vehicle.
Yeah. House, are you just going around it, or are you going to like try to go into it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure there's nothing in it.
Okay. So, what is
Just
Tate
take
doing,
off.
and what is Ambrose doing?
I think Tate is watching this man just continuously dig.
Okay.
Looking, I don't want to say confused, but
Perplexed.
yeah, just like analyzing what's happening.
You're trying to figure out why in the psychology he's doing this.
Yeah.
Ambrose is going to tip a barrel over into the hole.
How so? How do you tip it over? Are you like dumping whatever fuel's inside of it, or are you like pushing it down so we're like boom, 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 boom?
No, he's gonna open the bunghole and
blub, 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 blub. Yep. Yeah, it begins to pour down a little trail, starts to wind its way down. The person can, you start hearing like water noise hit as like the gas inside of the barrels is making contact with it's still going about its business as you're doing.
Doesn't even care. Okay.
Yep. So you do that. Flip is doing that. We're gonna go to. Oh,
then
sorry.
I'm gonna get out of the way.
Yep. You just do one barrel, or are you gonna do a couple, or just one?
I'll do a couple just in case.
Perfect. Yep. So you're doing that. In the meantime, we'll go to Tobe, who is inspecting the armored personnel carrier. You see that the armored personnel carrier, as you kind of like tiptoe around just to make sure you're staying clear away from the hole, not trying to make any too much noise. You see that the windows on the doors are cracked. It looks like there are dents that push the door in. The front windshield, however, is untouched, and you see movement inside. You can't really make out what it is, but there is movement inside of it. If you shine a flashlight, you could get a better look at it if you would like.
I will pull out my SMG and do the flashlight.
Yeah.
You shine in there and you see it's more or less the movement of like labored breathing. There appears to be a marine, some humanoid person, very shriveled up, very tiny. They got a little tinfoil hat on, and you see that they're hugging a grenade with the pin missing.
Oh.
They're like breathing labored, and they're just inside of it like that. The light, you see that and you kind of move it away from their eyes. They continue to do that and they don't open their eyes.
Okay,
I need you to make like a sanity save or a fear save for seeing that. I don't know which one. Let me look.
Is the grenade a dud?
I was gonna say Emily doesn't know shit about grenades. Is this thing gonna blow like now?
If he releases his
And
hand.
if he releases, yeah.
If you really,
Oh
okay.
my goodness, I'm the wrong
I will
person.
say this is a fear save as you see this. See this.
We need Cash talking about.
Ooh, I just saved.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, so you don't get any kind of negative effect from that, but you do notice there seems to be someone shriveled. They got paper cuts on them. Woo! Tinfoil hat, clutching a grenade as they're breathing heavy. The pin on the grenade has been pulled, but they are holding the grenade. Like they have it in their hand that's held shut still. So the actual grenade hasn't had a chance to actually go off or be a dud. They're just holding on to it. But you see them just breathing, seem to be asleep to an extent. I would even say their hand is like duct taped around the grenade as well.
Oh, good. Okay, so it seems that he does not notice me. Wonderful. I go over to Tate.
Yep, as she's watching. The hole digger.
Tate, in the APC, it seems that there is a human that has been infected that has a live grenade in their hands.
She'll look up. Oh, should we get everyone out of here? Or should we throw it down there with this?
Oh, that is an interesting idea. I truly did not consider something so horrifying. I came to you for your expertise on psychology, and you're really showing off.
We just have to ensure that it doesn't let go of the grenade.
Oh, it was taped. It was taped to his hand.
Oh, then we shouldn't have a problem.
Excellent.
As
Shall I
you are
assist
talking,
you?
as you're talking, Flip, you get the generator on. Whirs to life as electricity surges throughout the whole base. Somehow, somewhat, some reason why this generator provides electricity to the entire base. Intercoms go off. Happy birthday to you. Happy as the lights off. You see the person in the hole in the sticking stop and like look up. It says, "They will awake. They are awakening." Boom! He starts picking up his pace. Boom! Boom! As he continues to dig and dig, he says, "I want to go back. I have to get back to the hive." Boom! Boom! He just keeps digging at the ground as "Happy Birthday" blares off into air. You all jump from that, I need everyone to make a fear save as the power cuts back on. This blasting of music, and the kind of discoherent whisper. He's kind of whispering a little bit as he's saying this. I think those that seem to have been affected, those that are quote unquote infected, would hear him a little louder in their mind somehow for some weird reason, some sort of interconnected hive mind kind of thing.
I failed.
Say fear.
Okay. Fear,
It's
yes.
also at disadvantage if you're
Right.
close to the androids.
Right. So we.
How close is close? I'm out in the hall.
Yeah, you're in the hallway. You're fine.
I
He's fine.
was at 5 to 10 feet.
It's like 5 feet. It's like close. Yeah, you're fine,
Yeah, I failed.
Josh. All right, gain of stress.
I succeeded.
Perfect. Hit the gritty.
You. There it is.
You said fear?
Fear.
Oh, I'm good.
One we're good at.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Plus
My
60.
highest one.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm at 81.
Okay.
So everyone seemed to succeed except for Ambrose, who gained the stress. Flip, did you gain a stress or no?
Yeah, I'm getting stressed.
Gain stress? Perfect. So yeah, that jump scare scares you, and maybe Ambrose, as you're pouring the gas, you like shake the barrel, like oh, and like freeze as this body he starts saying something, and then you like see he's not paying attention. He's like look, dump the gas back down. The power seems to be restored to the system. Happy birthday is just ringing out as over the intercom. It's like there's this distorted happy as it repeats over and over again. Some of the lights that have been busted try to flicker on. You just hear the hum of the electrical buzz inside of them. As some lights flicker on and off, some lights stay on. You hear maybe some doors down the hallway opening and closing really fast, just malfunctioning.
Is the electrical line going off? Or do I need to get on the terminal?
There's electricity surging through. You see the surge of electricity on it, which is actually, it hasn't touched any liquid inside the hole yet. Ambrose, you are watching the liquid rise as you're pouring, and you see it's getting closer and closer to it, so you kind of hold off a little bit. Unless you just light this puppy on, unless you just want to keep pouring until it hits that charge, but you are able to see that. You have time to kind of coordinate, or whatever you want to do, you have time to do it.
Why is it not blowing up?
I'm gonna. Is the two that I have I emptied to a couple of them?
Yeah, I've emptied a couple of them now. So like the gas line is like maybe like 6 inches away from the actual wire. You can move the wire further in too. You don't have to like keep filling it up.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna open another one and start and just like balance it and tip it over and then get out of there.
Yeah, for sure.
Can,
You do that.
Everybody's
can we
got to
throw the
get out of
body
there.
in there first? Or throw the body in at the same time? Or are we just gonna blow up this whole room?
Right. I mean,
I mean,
everybody's
Ambrose
got to
doesn't
get
know
out of
about
there.
the person. Yeah, Ambrose doesn't know about the body.
If I see Ambrose running, I'm gonna run too.
How close is the vehicle to this hole?
It's not adjacent, but it's close. That's within 5 to 10 feet.
So
Yeah, but the hole is like 10 feet down, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
right, but this is 2 barrels of gasoline, and there's 3 more barrels right outside the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a little late to do anything else.
Fuck.
Well, would we have had time to check and see if the body had any dog tags on it to see who it was?
The person inside of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to open the vehicle to do that, but I'm sure you could definitely do that. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I'm scared,
with you.
but Tate's gonna do it. I
Alright.
just want to get just a little peek at it. I don't want to like have to pick it up unless I have to.
I mean, you can see the dog. You can see the dog tags from the outside of the
Oh, okay.
vehicle. Yeah, if you're getting really close, you can see it. The dog tags are for. It just says Demar. Let me see if they're on the menu. On the menu over here. It just says Demar.
Oh, Damar mechanic.
And except
Yes,
they're
that guy.
dead already.
Yep,
Oh,
it shows that, but you see some labored breathing from the body.
So, as from out in the hall, I would be like, hold on. Let's get this guy down in the hole. Got scratches on. obviously going insane. He's trying to get back to this hive, but nothing's bursting out of his chest yet.
I'm sure it's the egg or larva is absorbing his body slowly to eventually end up in that state. And she'll point to the body in the car.
Right.
And then potentially turn into the thing we saw out there, because that's what happened to the last body.
Well, I will say that is the only vehicle available to vehicle for any reason. So, just keep that in mind if we plan on blowing up this room.
Will it fit out the door?
I assume there's a big old overhead
Yeah,
door.
there's like a big bay door that's closed right now.
Well, do you want me to throw the body into the pit? Or should I? Because we can't take it with us, obviously.
The body?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if it has scratches all over it, waiting for its own eyes, right? Like
And then-
throwing in the pit is the best plan.
Well, if we want the car,
Right.
that's what I'm saying.
Right, that
remove
we'd
the
have to drive the
body.
car out of here, though. All I'm suggesting is he can go in the pit. We don't blow up the pit yet. But, or we could just leave
Well,
everything.
Just to note, the body does have a grenade attached to him.
With the pin removed.
Yeah, it's very active. It's been duct taped, so it won't blow up. But me throwing it in there could potentially blow it up.
So he duct taped it. Why would he do that? Why would he pull the pin, duct tape his hands? Because, you know, the assumption is that as soon as he stops breathing and loses life, the grenade explodes because he drops it. I mean, it's kind of his own way of committing suicide without shooting himself in the head. So why
Or
would he
he, like,
duct
the
tape
thing
it?
explodes out of him.
I did not understand either. That's why I originally sought out Tate.
Right.
The psychology was baffling to me.
He could just have a fear of death.
Or someone else duct taped his hands.
This sounds like a difficult situation.
Yeah, when he transforms, it would probably unlodge it from his hand.
Oh, man.
I will say, as you guys are talking, still a constant pound. Happy birthday's ringing over the airwaves. You hear it says happy as the power to the generator dies as it has run out of gas. There is still a barrel left for you to grab.
We
Still a couple barrels that need if you want to repower the generator. But the power in the station all turns off once again.
We can just use a grenade.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we want to use a grenade.
And not unless we I think the electrical line will work.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
but
just do
We
that.
can save it.
Here's my
Yeah.
question: How do you put the electrical line in there? Get away fast enough?
It's already in there.
No. Wait.
Mm.
How do
So
you
it's
get
in
it?
there.
It just hasn't connected with the.
The gasoline hasn't risen high enough to.
Oh, so you want to like knock a barrel over and everyone say that?
Yeah.
I will say, technically, he already did it. Correct?
Yeah, that was my impression.
Oh, you
He already
already
did it.
knocked the barrel over?
Yeah.
If you
And I
want to go
ran.
peer back in the hole, you can see the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
Did it explode?
I'll go look.
Yeah.
I guess if the power's off, and
Yeah, you go over there and look. Boom! No, you go over there and look. You go over there and look, and this whole time that individual's been going faster and faster. He seems to have dug a hole that the water level, the gas level has dropped as it has descended further into the earth,
that's
as the
right.
gas is still at the relative same distance away from that electrical line now.
Well, the grenade option is looking inevitable.
I'll go to
Let's-
this card.
Tate, throw the body in there. Toss a
All
grenade. Toss a grenade in there, cause
Well, maybe we should get the car out of the APC out.
Well, perhaps Tate will remove the body, and then we can try and
Right.
move the car before
Yeah.
the body gets thrown in.
Okay, I will go grab the body. And just put it-
I'm like, she's so dead.
Okay, you open the door. It makes a Scooby Doo as you open it. The body kind of slacks out a little bit and falls in your arms, and their eyes flutter open. Kappa, did you come back for me? You come to save me, Kappa? And he's like, and you see their eyes shut as they kind of like go back into some conscious catatonic state. You feel with the jostling and movement, you feel the chest begins to palpitate a little bit, and you see their eyes flicker back open, and they just start breathing. Like they let out this just excess of air. You see all the air in their lungs kind of just exceeds from their body or exhumes from their body.
Can I grab its hand where the grenade is and hang on to it and chop its hand off?
Yeah, you chop the hand off and it just plops to the ground. And it's like the person wakes up. Oh, what happened to my hand? Where's my hand at? And they go back into a catatonic state.
And I'll grab its leg, throw it in there.
As you grab its leg, as you're dragging it, it like tries to grab your arm, and you hear it's like, why are you doing this to me, sister? Aren't you supposed to take me to the hive? And you see as its body begins like trying to like crack and break a little bit, as whatever inside is starting to try to break free. As you're dragging it, you're quickly dragging it faster, and you just toss it and just head over heels,
and
falls and hits the other body.
I have the grenade in my hand. I'm like, all right, are we ready?
Oh, well, we try and move the car now, right?
Can I open the garage door?
Yeah, it's one of those roll ones. So you start rolling the garage up. Here's what happens. I'm gonna give you a frame-by-frame play of what's about to break down on this situation.
Oh, no.
All right, you push the body in, and it tumbles over and hits the other body that's digging. The other body that's digging stops, and you just hear the sounds of bones breaking apart as skin begins to tear. As some sort of reactions happen, you're not really looking into the pit. You don't know what's happening, but something's happening down there in the pool of gas, the terrifying pool. You just hear this noise and something splashing around. The garage door rolls up. I need everyone to actually turn their music bot down for the moment before I just burst your eardrums.
Thank you for the
1
warning.
second.
I had turned it up for the current track.
Yeah, that one's tiny. It's quiet. All right, let me know when you guys have all readjusted.
And is down.
Good. All right, here we go. As you roll the door up, you just hear the torrential downfall rain outside. As the rain just keeps pouring, the sound just floods into this building. Who's hopping into the car to try to start it and get it out of there?
I guess that was me. I was heading towards it.
Yeah, you get in there to get into the car, and you see that there are no keys in the key fob. Do you want to try to hack it or something, or do you want to try to look for the keys? Like jerry rig something in there?
Yeah, maybe I have a car adapter.
Okay, this is gonna be
to find it.
This is gonna be a rolled instance for you to try to hotwire this car. I don't know what it could possibly be, like a trained skill maybe. Jury rigging. Do you have jury rigging?
Is that this? No, dude.
It's a trained skill. You can still do it. You just don't get the +10 benefit to it.
All right, let's try it.
So what is your? I don't even know what that would fall underneath. Like, what does your character sheet look like? What's the skills again?
Oh.
Speed, intellect, cap, combat.
I think this would be like an intellect kind of thing to jerry rig this. So just try to roll. So she's doing that. Toba's doing that. The body tumbles in. You guys all hear that. What is Cash? What is Flip? Or Flip, you're rolling the door back. What is Cash, Ambrose, and Tate doing as Toba's trying to jerry rig the car?
I'm still out in that hallway, assuming everyone else is gonna run out of there.
Yeah.
I'm just
Which
keeping
is
an
exactly
eye
what
since all
Ambrose
that.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are both back in the hallway then? Okay. You guys are tucked, ready with weapons. Tate, what are you doing as they do that as well?
I'm standing next to the hole.
You got the
with
grenade in your hand.
I'm like,
Okay.
just give me the signal.
Okay. So what'd you get on your check?
17. I'm good.
17. So you succeed. You're able to.
Yeah.
You turn. You hear the engine rev to life as you get ready, or you put the car in reverse and you just floor it.
I guess, yeah.
Well, what do you tell me? You tell me.
Yeah, floor. Let's get back into the.
Oh, you floor out.
Yeah.
It just squeals out of the garage as you go into the rain, swerve a little bit, and you see your tires are kind of spinning in the mud a little bit. You realize you don't fail, so you realize that you're gonna dig yourself down if you don't stop. So you quit flooring the gas. As you back up, the headlights reverse, and you see in the hole, you see this large like crab-like entity starting to rise up out. You see like legs start to kind of pop, slowly like extend out. Actually, you see everything. You see this person that was digging. You see their mouth has split in half as something's legs are pulling out of it and emerging from it. I actually show you a picture because it's really cool. They did a cool artwork piece of it. It's like this. It's like popping out of this entity as it's just pulling out of this. You're in the rain. Let's go back around. So you guys see the car run out. What are the two people in the hallway doing?
I would shout at Tate to where's Flip?
Throw the grenade.
Where's
I was
Flip
opening
right
the
now?
garage door.
Flip rolled the door open.
Well, Flip, you should have gotten in the vehicle.
I had to open the door.
Right,
You can run to it still.
Open the door and run into the vehicle.
Yeah, I'm gonna run outside to the vehicle.
All right, Flip, you do that. You begin running. You're trekking. You hit the thick mud. I need you to make a speed check for me,
No.
Don't leave me.
just to see something. If something additional happens on your fill, I will say you don't get any stress from this if you fail it.
I fail it.
Okay, no stress is gained. You are running to the door and you step on some mud and the mud crunches and you slip and you land on top of a corpse and you're right in its chest, just maggots and all this as you're breathing in this dirty air from this dead body. You're on the ground struggling. We cut over to Tate. You see this happen. What are you doing as you watch him slip on this corpse and fall as he's trying to make his way to the truck?
Is he far enough away?
He's close. He's adjacent, so you can get to him relatively easily. He's just on the ground struggling.
No, I meant, is he far enough away from where I am?
Oh no, he slipped and fell. He's gonna have to be picked up.
I'm prone. I don't.
Right. When I
I'm
said
not
get in the
fast.
car, I meant you should have gotten in the car before she even left the building. I didn't realize you were just standing over there by the door.
Yep.
I had it open.
That's
Yeah,
happening.
kinda
It's
all-
happening.
It kind of all just happened.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
Throw the
see
grenade.
Flip on the ground. I'm gonna drop the grenade and try to go help him.
Okay,
Cool,
before
guys,
you
don't
do
look at me.
this, I need you to please make a combat roll. If you fail it, you're gonna be sad. You're not gonna die, but you're gonna be real sad. Roll a combat roll for me. Okay, perfect. You fail the roll. No stress is gained from this. I'm not giving you any stress on this. You drop the grenade. The hand's still attached to the pin that's holding it. It's still duct tape. It just rolls into the pit, unactive, as the hand still clutches onto the grenade, held shut. You do not take the duct tape off. It falls into the puddle. You can reach down and grab it and try to take the tape off. You need to make that decision after we find out what Ambrose and Cash are doing. You're seeing movement. You're seeing something emerging in the hole. You can't make out exactly what. You can see its shape as the truck has moved away. What are y'all doing? You're seeing. What are you doing?
I would shout at Ambrose
is
and
throwing
say,
his grenade.
"Oh, I was gonna
Okay.
say acid and then grenade."
Or acid. Okay. Acid.
He's throwing acid. All right, roll a combat
acid.
roll.
And then
Throw
I'll,
acid. Are
and
you?
then I'll throw grenade as soon as the.
And you're throwing
I
a
see the
grenade.
acid,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. You both roll combat rolls.
Success.
Success.
Oh, that's the third time I've rolled the double zeros. So yeah, 3 success.
3 success. Okay. Here's what happens. We see the grenade that you just dropped fall down into the puddle, and you are on that contemplation. You watch as a glass jar of acid just. Shoo, you hear the sizzle and a scream of a humanoid alien hybrid just ring out all around. It's unlike the scream you heard earlier. It's more humanoid. It's pain. You don't know if it's the creature or the guy you threw in there with no hand now. You don't know who's screaming, but someone's screaming. You see the grenade go by as well. I need you to make a speed check now for me to see if you can get away from the blast before it goes off. I need Tobe to tell me what they're doing now. As you've seen the headlights shine and you've seen this happen. You see Flip is on the ground, kissing a dead body, basically. What are you doing in the car as you're seeing these events unfold in front of you?
So it's at long distance, right? It's at long distance, and I did see a grenade successfully hit it.
Yes.
All right, I'll pull out the SMG and I'll start shooting.
You ring fire over Flip's body. Roll a combat roll for me.
Oh, you hit him.
Tate fails her agility check. That's okay. Gain a stress for me. We're gonna do the damage from the acid. Just melts the armor. There's no damage roll on that. Roll the damage from the grenade for me.
It's 14.
14 points of damage. Tate, you are gonna take 7 of that as you go to run out. You slip on some water that kind of spilt in from this heavy rain. You slip on it. You go prone, but you get a piece of like rock that hits the back of your foot and kind of hurts your ankle a little bit. You only take 7 points of damage. Tobe, what did you roll on your damage? Flip, what are you doing as gunfire rains above you?
I guess I'm fucking like army crawling so I don't get hit. I have military training, by the way, so.
Hell yes.
I'm fucking army crawling.
You crawl all the way you're crawling towards the sound of the machine gun. You crawl to the truck and you're at the truck now. You stand up. What are you doing?
I want to get on the like top mounted gun.
Yeah, you climb. Make another speed check for me.
Fuck you.
What'd you get on your damage?
17 damage.
17 damage on the gun itself. Mark 1 ammo off that.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
I succeed.
You succeed. You climb up and you get to all your whole like turn. You climb up. You scurry up. You get on the gun. The gun is loaded. You're in the process of turning around to shoot. You haven't got there yet, but you're in the motion of doing that.
I'm just happy I'm in the fucking car after falling down.
I gotta look at the damage real quick. That's 14, 17. No armor, so
it's giving real damage. Like Halo. You're in the Warthog vibe, and she's like in the side with the SMG.
All right, so we see Flip up top now. We cut back over to the two boys.
Ambrose and Cash.
Yes, Ambrose and Cash. Tate, what were you doing again? Oh, you went prone and took him. So Ambrose and Cash are gonna go. Tate, you're next. Ambrose and Cash, you see the grenade go off. You see SMG fire rain in from outside. This creature, armor pieces have blown off. It is getting tatted up by just gunfire. It's still standing. It's looking rough, but it's still standing. It's at this point now. It's breached the hole and its body is rising. It's maybe 10 foot tall, arm to arm, leg to leg. It's just a disgusting spider-like crab. It's actively like gonna pull itself out by the end of this whole turn order, and then it will start its attack on someone.
Is it close enough for me to use my combat shotgun?
How far? You're in the hallway, so you would be
It's
considered
close.
kind of like close. Yeah, you can run in there and use your shotgun on them as it's climbing out.
Yeah.
So you do that. You sprint off in there. Cash, what are you doing? Or not Cash, Ambrose, what are you doing as you see Cash rush forward with his shotgun?
I'm gonna
His
follow.
fuck Elon. His fuck Elon flying in the light, the rainfall, the lightning. Boom!
I'm gonna follow
Success.
suit with my harpoon gun.
Harpoon gun, perfect. You go too. You guys both roll combat rolls as you approach. Tate, we
Success.
come over to you. Success.
sweet.
Perfect. Tell me, roll the damage. Tate, we come to you. You're on the ground. You're hearing shit go off. You're hearing something rising behind you. It's one of those moments in the movie where you're like, do I turn around to look at the thing behind me? But you know it's behind you. What are you doing?
I'm getting up and running out the garage door.
Perfect. You get up and run. You run. Do you do anything else besides run? You can roll a speed check if you want to go further. You get maybe 10 feet away from it. You don't have to roll a speed check. Do you want to do anything else as part of like the narrative?
I will probably get my gun ready.
You can shoot your gun. You get your SMG and you turn around and start shooting.
Sure.
Yeah, roll a combat roll for me. What did the two guys get? What did you get on y'all's combat rolls? I know success from Cash.
18.
18 points of damage. Okay. What'd you get, Ambrose?
I failed.
You failed. Take a stress.
Okay.
Your bullets just ring, just spray wild again. Second time, you're embarrassed. You don't know how to shoot a gun anymore. You've lost the training. We cut over to Tate. Tate, rolled your combat roll. What'd you roll?
6 under 30.
6 under 30. How much damage did you do?
5.
5 points of damage. You do 5 points of damage. We cut over to Tobe and Flip as well. What are you two doing? You're seeing gunfire ring up. You're seeing your friends run into the fray. Ambrose, Pangea is closing his eyes. He can't shoot. He can't see. You see fucking Cash, boom, right into the chest.
Oh my
What are the two of you doing?
I'm fucking.
Boom, 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 boom. Bullet holes are just riding through. Tobe, you're seeing this fly over you. What are you doing?
I guess I'm just using the SMG still. I'm still shooting. I can't just leave.
Roll another combat roll for me.
I think it's bad enough.
Both of you roll a combat roll.
I did fail this one.
Phil, you getting stress for me? Your bullets go wide.
My first stress.
I succeeded. What do I roll
Succeeded.
for the 50?
Just roll. I'll roll for. Well, we're not gonna roll for this. This is gonna be narrative right here at this point with that big ass gun. You guys have poured acid on this thing. Bullet fire has rained through it. Tate, with her round of SMG ammo, has littered this thing full. The 50 milligram. The 50 cal bullets, boom, boom. You just spread this thing's guts on the wall. As it dies, it falls back into a limp. The failed gun shots, the shrapnel ignites the fire in the pit as fire rises up into the building. A large fire smoke signal has been put out for those that may or may not be around. You all hear several shrieks in the distance in the forest, and that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. As we fade to black and the credits roll, and we hear, well, are we fucked? Are we winning? As the credits roll, and we are going to end tonight's session with the successful killing of a fully grown carcinid.
Oh.
Dear Lord!
We're gonna do an impromptu surgery on your acorn.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Thanks for tuning in, stream viewers. I will see you next week as a part. Not next week, dear Lord. Next time we play, which might not be till the 1st of next month, I'm pretty positive. Or unless we reschedule, be on the lookout. As our party decides on what they have to do. The fire has been lit. Several alien-esque screeches have been heard from the forest as rain just pours down on you. Will hope arrive in time as HM3 Brooks and his crew is on the way to save you? Will they succumb to their new gestating baby inside of them? We will find out next time.
Baby.
Whoops.
Thank you for tuning in. Good night.